yeah. Gator.
What up, guys?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Ben and Scout Show. I am Scout. Holy shit, it's so poppy. Welcome to the Ben and Scout Show. I am Scout.
And this is Ben.
And we are Ben and Scout. And we fucked it up again. Good job to the both of us.
All right.
What's going on, everybody? We got a really great show for you all tonight.
Not really.
No, we got a terrible show for you all
It's
tonight.
going to suck balls, guys.
All right, you know what?
Might as well stop watching now.
Fuck this. I'm just going to keep it real. We got a terrible show for you all tonight, and it's going down, and you know what's up. We're talking the fucking Aunt Betty.
Becky.
Aunt Becky. I keep forgetting her fucking name. We're talking Aunt Becky for sure. And then we're also talking
About Neverland, baby.
Built Neverland. So what we got going on is the Junkie will be talking about the free agent boner frenzy. The river runs green for St. Patty's Day. The boss wrestles a gator, and Aunt Becky blows a load. Meanwhile, everyone is trying to leave Neverland,
And some are going back.
and some are going back for some reason. It's all fucked up. But anyways, so Ben, how was your week?
My week is pretty good.
Yeah.
My week was actually really good. I got accepted for some student loans and grants for going back to school. I got a couple of credit cards that went through, so that'd be kind of cool.
That's cool.
And what else? I just been pretty much working on a lot of this like stuff I got going on with getting myself ready for school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
cool.
much it. I started biking again. That was another thing I started this past
What?
week. Yeah, dude, I've been biking about I don't know, 5 to 10 miles a day.
Where have you
I
been?
bike for like
biking
an
at?
hour straight, so maybe that's about if I bike you probably bike 10 miles an hour on average
Interesting.
for like an hour. So I probably about 5 to 10 miles.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just like bike down the street, and in the street, if you hit the end of the neighborhood, it turns into a park, and then there's like a big ass trailhead, you know, the Valero trailhead, or just that trailhead that goes from 1604 all the way down to 410.
Uh-huh.
I hit that one, and that one just goes forever and ever and ever. So
Wow.
been doing that, baby.
Well, that's cool. Sounds like a blast.
Oh man, it's a blast from the past.
So what are you riding? What kind of bike you got?
Fucking dude, I don't even know what the brand is. I picked it up at a pawn shop about 3-4 years ago.
Is it a mountain bike, or is it like one of those bikes with a basket on the front?
It's kind of like a mix between a road bike and a mountain bike, where it has like the real thin tires. It doesn't have the real bumpy, groovy tires that kind of like where you can grip into mountain terrain and shit. So it's more of like a road bike, but it has kind of a mountain bikey feel. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I got on it like I was at the pawn shop, and I was back in 2015 or 2016, and I was like, I'm buying a fucking bike today. I was pumped, and I went to go to this pawn shop to go look at this bike that I thought they had, and they didn't even have it, you know. So I just saw the next bike that was there. I was like, fuck, this will have to do. So I loaded it up in my car, and I've had it since. But that's the same bike that when I got my my bike accident, I pushed the brakes. The brakes are so fucking awesome in it. The front brakes caught and it flew off, and I tore my meniscus when I landed on the cement. Same bike.
Did you say hibiscus?
My meniscus.
Your meniscus. What is your meniscus? Is
My
that your,
meniscus.
is that like between your tailbone
My
and your butthole?
malicious.
You're malicious, so your butthole.
No, it's in between the butthole and the scrotum.
Wait, that's the taint.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking something else.
Catatonic. Please tune it. Please comment in on this.
Yeah, that's something else.
Explain to him. Oh shit.
So
Sorry,
I tore
Junkie,
that.
Your mom's on.
I tore that too. And man, actually, I crashed a little bit earlier today, because there's like this bridge on one of the trails, and I was looking to the side. When I looked back over, my bike was going off to the bridge, and it caught in the bridge. But I
thrashing
slowed
that
down
loud
enough, so
gnar.
I'm here today. I made it. I was like, I can't die today, guys. I got a show later. I have to make the show.
Not
So-
today.
Not today.
That's cool.
But that's what's been happening in my world. What's been happening with you?
Just same old, same old. Been working like crazy and getting hours in. Oh man, another trip around the sun. Yesterday
What
was
does that mean?
I
Another trip
don't-
around the sun?
I want to say it's a happy birthday, but I'm not too sure.
Wasn't there like a movie called something about the sun? with fucking what's that dude's name from Die Hard?
Oh God, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Wasn't the
No.
movie something with the sun?
No, that was called Armageddon. It was.
I know he did
an
Armageddon.
asteroid.
I remember he did Armageddon. I thought there was another one, something.
Nothing's coming up. What do you mean?
Something. Oh, is that a comment? Someone said.
Yeah, she said nothing's coming up.
I'm.
What do you?
I can't see I can't see the comments. Comments are really weird. Facebook is sucking. I heard that Facebook was down yesterday.
Yeah, it was down for like all day yesterday and the day before. It was terrible. People were like flipping script, calling 911, be like, "Facebook's down. What do I do?" It's like
I didn't even
what?
notice. Like Heather got home. She's like, "Facebook has been down all day." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I wasn't able to post anything
I
or
was
comment
jacking
on
off
anything
all
or,
day.
or like anything for like
What?
2 days. It's like, what the fuck?
I didn't say that. Wow, that must be. Maybe that's what's happening right now. Maybe Facebook's just kind of on the fritz still.
Can everybody hear us? If you can, type yes. Hashtag yes.
All we got is Facebook is sucking. Nothing is conning up.
Cunning up. But anyway, so my week was pretty good. I was working, and yesterday was my birthday.
Sweet.
Yeah, I turned 29 yesterday.
Dude, how's it feel like being 29 years old?
It feels a little bit like being 28.
I'm 28 right now, dude. And 7 months, I'll be 29. Do you have any words of wisdom for me?
Don't smoke crack.
Mm.
Those are very wise words, just saying.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently they can hear us. Kelsey just said hashtag yes. What up, Brian?
If you guys, I guess, let's see. I'm gonna leave. If you guys can't hear us, I'm gonna leave the link for the YouTube stream. That way you can go look on YouTube if you want to, and you can also you won't be able to comment, but fuck it.
Whatever. We won't read them because we're strictly on Facebook, but
Yeah.
we have a show running on YouTube as well and Twitch.
And Twitch, yeah. I checked the comments on Twitch like a few weeks ago. I was like, people actually watch this shit and comment. I don't have the screen up for Twitch for people whenever people are commenting though.
Okay. Oh, Kat said it's just loading, but not actually loading. No picture, no sound, just black screen and loading circle going round and round. Gonna reboot, be right back. It's like, oh yeah, your end sucks. It's all good. That it takes 1 year for the Earth to rotate around the sun.
Can you see it,
old
Junkie?
ass. I like how this is coming from the guy in the Air Force. And when he goes camping, it's an RV with a fucking fold out fucking bowling alley and fold out fucking swimming pool and fold out fucking fucking picnic table and shit. Okay, thanks, Chris. Just fucking with you. Love you, bro. I miss you. So anyways, Ben, guess what time it is?
I ate a pork chop earlier today.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was pretty good. I put an egg on it.
You put an egg on it?
Yeah, I put an egg on it and some striped cheddar cheese.
Damn, bro, that's so cool.
Man, it was so good, bro. But
anyways,
it's time for shout outs.
All right. Big shout out to Cloudcraft, located on Bulverde Road. Go check them out and see Avery. Tell him you want a hug, and he might hook you up with something. Or tell him you want to, you want a mouth hug. Whoa. Tell him mouth hug, and he might help you out. Anyway, so go see Avery at Cloudcraft. Get you all your vape juice needs. That's where I get all my juice from. They got the latest line of Sad Boy, and I got blueberry jam right now. I love me some blueberry.
What are those scratch offs you got there?
Oh, those are for work. For my thing. What up, Justin? Thank you. Big shout out to Boardwalk Tattoos, located at 7218 Blanco Road. Go check them out. Go see Sue and go see Abel. Their stuff is awesome. Also, big shout out to Fast Eddie's Vape Shop and Lounge, located in Florida.
I've been vaping again, bro. I picked up my vape for a little bit.
Is that because I've been doing it?
Well, I've been vaping only at night, like around this time, maybe like 10 o'clock. I'll start vaping, like the last thing before I go to bed. But I forgot how awesome that Hive is.
Yeah, that Hive is great.
It's fucking amazing. So thank you, Fast Eddie's, again, for the badass vape. It's been going strong since I got it. Also, shout out to who else?
That's it.
That's it.
So, you guys ready for the first segment? If you are, give me a hashtag hell yeah.
Oh, before we get to that first segment, I want to know, what did you do for your birthday?
I worked.
Did you jack off? How, did you get a steak and a blowjob? Supposedly, Junkie's been saying something about yesterday was National Steak and Blowjob Day.
I did not get a blowjob, but I did have steak on nachos.
Oh, dude, that's as good as a
Dude.
blowjob.
Okay, so this is what I did. I went to Topgolf. I hit a bunch of balls. Put stick to balls, and it was awesome. It was a great
Stick
time.
to balls. How many people showed up? I wasn't able to show up yesterday. I was
Let's see.
pretty busy.
It was me, Junkie, my best friend Heather, and then dude, our fucking #1 fan Dan showed up.
Oh,
He
is that
showed
the
up.
picture? That's a picture you posted
Yeah,
online, right?
and then fucking the boss was there. He was back in town for a little bit from his hunt, and then he was there with Sick Boy and Don Juan.
Don Juan.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a good time.
That's
But-
fucking sweet.
But yeah,
Tom Goff.
yeah.
Hit some balls.
So, anyways,
First segment time. New year, new you, baby.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
excited about this month.
you ready, Ben? You ready to do this?
Oh, the time change too.
Oh yeah, it fucking fucked me up this week. The beginning of the week.
Isn't that crazy?
I got to work like fucking 30 minutes late. I was pissed.
I've been waking up. I woke up at 7:30. I was like, why is it so late? Or why I feel like it's so early? But it was actually, I mean, it would be like 6:30, which is still kind of early. Not even that early. I don't know, dude. Yeah, the time change has been fucking me up too.
But anyways, let's go ahead and start us off with Sports Junkie.
Where's his music? Let's see some badass music for Sports Junkie. Blast that shit. The Sports Junkie.
Junkie. Let's go. What up, Junkie?
What's happening, gentlemen?
How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How
Oh.
are you doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good.
I had fun celebrating your birthday yesterday.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome. Thank you so much for coming out, man. I had a blast.
That was a good time.
We hit a lot of fucking balls.
I know. I woke up sore. I couldn't move.
Wait, what?
Because you turned 29, and I'm old. I turned 42 in June, so
Oh,
Are we still talking
fuck.
about the balls?
the stick and the balls.
his balls turned old in June, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, technically, yesterday was my birthday, but it was also National Pie Day.
It was more than
I
that.
saw that.
I did not
Pie
get
Day.
any pie. I was kind of pissed about that.
Like pie. She spelled pi like the mathematical
Yeah,
symbol
three-
pi.
three-
314.
National-
3.14.
So it was a national mathematical symbol pi day?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck
That's
is
not
that? I don't know.
PIE, but it's PI.
National pi.
You say, what the fuck is that? 3.14.
3.14.
You're smart
It's,
enough.
it's
Oh,
it's
it
the
was.
mathematical equation for a circle.
Ben has blonde hair.
A lot of people were giving out free
And they're on his
pie.
pubes.
There was cheap pizza and pie for Pie Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 7-Eleven had
Nice.
cheap pizza.
Like
I mean, I don't eat that for lunch. You know, I'm just saying they had it. I saw the sign. Everyone's getting cigarettes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I totally went to lunch there the day before.
You had chicken wings from 7-Eleven.
You know what? Their chicken wings are actually really good. Okay, don't
Mhm.
fucking judge me.
I
Their
like
shit-
pie.
Their chicken wings are good. Their hot dogs are good. And surprisingly, they have egg rolls now. And they're really good.
No kidding.
Yeah, their pizza's surprisingly pretty good too.
So
They're selling it for $3.14. A lot of these pies. I get it.
So where in the hell is the boss?
So okay. Let me tell you something here, boys and girls. The boss, I don't think he's gonna be with us much longer. I know it's a sad day, but you know, hey, hold on, I had an idea with that. 7 years ago,
Oh.
we used to have a young man by the name of the boss, and now we don't know where he is. So
there I was.
there I was. Okay, no, but in all seriousness though. Okay, so anyways, I don't think the boss is gonna be with us much longer. I think he's taking a sabbatical and trying to discover himself again, which is okay. He is currently in Louisiana right now. He took a break from his hunting trip, and he's off enjoying the hookers and the gambling. So please pray for him and this hooker gambling addiction.
I remember the first time I had me a hooker and some gambling.
Oh man, it was the best, right? The best.
No, I remember I went into like this casino like out there in Indiana, and in Indiana the casinos are not legal to have on land, so they have these big ass boats off into the shore. And I don't know what it was, but it was pretty interesting, and it was kind of like it felt like they're like pumping like some kind of like CO, like oxygen into the room or something like that.
Yeah, they do.
It smelled different,
they
but
do
then
that.
also felt like different too. I was like, whoa.
They do the same thing in Vegas, and the AC is actually pumping AC air and cooled air, and they're also pumping in oxygen.
I think that's what it was.
Because you smoke inside that fucking casino. They do the
that's
same thing
right.
in Louisiana because you could smoke in those casinos.
Yeah, everyone was
Louisiana
smoking too.
is kind of cool for once. But yeah, so I'm not sure what's gonna be happening with the boss. To be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on. I think he might be needing some time to himself, which is I told him is okay. All we care about and worry about is him getting himself better for the best, and him taking care of himself, and because we love him. And if it comes down to it that he doesn't want to be on the Bennett Scout Show, that's fine with me. I'm not going to tell him what to do. That's his decision. But if he does decide to do that, I think we need to decide on if we need to find another boss. But we'll call him somebody else. So
then it wouldn't be another boss.
no, it can't be another
technically.
boss.
It would be
But-
a servant,
But we will.
We
be
are looking for what are we looking for?
a dominatrix.
a gimp.
A gimp. There we go. We're looking for a gimp. So you guys
So
want to put in
if you are
applications?
interested in becoming on the Bennett Scout Show, please send me or Ben a resume. And let us know what you like, what you are willing
Justin.
to do to be on the show.
And
Justin
send a
Ace
picture
would
of
be a
you in a
good
gimp
gimp.
outfit as well.
Just remember that if we
Just
bring
for
tasers
taste.
in, you have to be willing to get shocked by a taser.
Says Justin said, "What's the most? Who is the most well-rounded knight at the King Arthur's table?" Dude, I don't even know what the King's
Look what the
Arthur's
answer.
table
Look what
knights
the
were.
answer is.
The answer's great,
Yeah.
Sir Comforts.
Oh fuck!
Nah, it won't be Big Boss. It'll be something else.
Speaking
Be
of
like
pie.
Nard or fucking the bitch. or
Justin,
some
put
shit.
your resume in to be the gimp.
Yeah, you can. Hey, you already got a nickname. Fuck boy.
Hey,
That was a great night.
Wow.
So,
Where-
anyways,
where the hell was I on that one?
yeah, I missed out on that joke. too.
Junkie,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened at the beginning of this week?
Dude, all right.
So tell me about what the fuck happened with Conor fucking McGregor.
That's what we want to start with? All right.
That's what I want
all
to
right,
start with
all
right
all
now. Is
right.
Conor McGregor.
All right. Well, Connor, this is what bothers me about this guy is he brings that fame and fortune, right? And he wants to be a main event and he wants to be this mega superstar and blah, blah, blah. But then when a fan goes to interact with him, he decides he wants to take the fan's phone, stomp on it into pieces, and then steal it and drive off with it and brag about it, right? And it's like,
Was there video of this?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
There was
there's
video. I was trying to
Yeah.
look for
Totally
it. I couldn't
video
find
of
it.
Yeah, there's video of it. And there were people saying straight up that they needed to, he needs to embrace his and his fans. And I don't know. I think he was just trying to stay relevant. Get in the news. Unfortunately, it's bad publicity. But what do they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, there's such thing as bad publicity.
No, like because his name's out there and he becomes a main event again.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Sometimes it does actually, because whenever people have something to be outraged by or be like, oh my God, what are all
Right.
eyes become on that one object. That's why like nowadays too, some like newscasters, they don't want to say, for instance, what happened unfortunately yesterday with the whole the mosque shooting. Some people don't want to say like the perpetrator who shot the people up because he put eyes on them. Everyone starts looking at them, and then
Right.
they become like a big eye, and you don't want to go at and
Make him a martyr.
yeah, make him a martyr and anything like that.
Well, the
Anyway.
report was Connor is being sued for smashing the cell phone, and the guy, I don't know, like, with social media and with, this you're so like, I'm gonna mention so what's happening. We're gonna talk about it in a minute, but this interaction with professional athletes, where this but Connor is just,
What is happening? This is a Conor McGregor breaking a phone song.
When he stole the phone, this is what was playing.
The video sucks, actually, to be honest. It's not an awesome video.
It's
Yeah,
not that
it's
great.
shit. It's
Dude,
terrible quality.
I would be so happy if he broke my phone. I would be like, holy fuck, he just broke my phone.
Now you get a
I
new
mean,
phone.
I wouldn't be like, I mean, afterwards, I'll be like, oh, in retrospect, it kind of sucks. I don't have a phone now,
Right.
so I can't even get a selfie with him. But, you know, he's the one, fucking Conor McGregor broke my phone. That's pretty cool.
So, since we're talking about fans and interacting with athletes and whatnot,
Would you sue him? If he broke your phone, would you sue him? Do you like to get cash or just to sue him, like to prove a point? Like, would you? Or would you be like, oh, I'm going to let it slide. It's Conor McGregor.
Oh, it's Conor McGregor fucking.
no, I think I would sue him for.
insurance
I think I would sue him for money.
Dude, imagine him calling the phone company and be like, "Yeah, Conor McGregor broke my phone. Can I get a new one?" They'd be like, "Fuck you. You're responsible for that shit."
Yeah. Did you pay your insurance?
I wonder
Did
how
you pay
much,
your phone insurance?
right? I wonder how much cash he's going to get for this lawsuit.
Probably
Well,
not shit.
No, I think he is because he'll get like.
You probably get a
Yeah,
few
he'll get like
$100,000.
assault.
$1 million.
He's being
lawsuit.
sued. Hold on. He's being sued for more than just smashing
robbery.
the phone. Yeah.
Someone said something about robbery.
Yeah, robbery.
I'm
Like,
like,
because
what the
basically he took the phone, so it is robbery. And it's
Strong-armed
strong
robbery.
arm because of it's Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I was playing 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, Chopped and Screwed. So next famous songs I play, I'm gonna play in Chopped and Screwed format. So give me suggestions, people.
Welcome to the show, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
What up, Carol?
Hi,
all right.
Miss Carol.
Hey, so Russell Westbrook, he's had some interactions with fans over the last few years, and he got really pissed off that one of the fans called him boy.
Oh,
right.
fuck.
And that was a couple years ago, and it wasn't as big as this one.
What up, Joe?
Okay. He was on the bench, and he got down on his knees, and he was like stretching a little bit, right? And the guy was like, "Yeah, why don't you stay on your knees like you're always used to?"
Oh.
And Russell literally stood up, and he was like, "I will fuck you up," to the fan.
Oh, that's right. He just did that the other day.
Yeah, that was just the other day.
Fuck.
And he was caught on camera threatening the fan and his wife.
This dude, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook. So he said, "Get on your knees
His
like
wife's
you're used
kinda
to."
hot.
So Russell said, "For me, I'm not gonna.
What up, boo?
I'm not gonna let continue to disrespect my family. I just think there's got to be something done." So both the fan that called Russell Westbrook boy and the fan that said what he said and his wife, they got banned for life from the Jazz games.
Oh, I believe that.
And Russell was fined $25,000. Not that he could pull that like out of his sock and be like, "Oh, $25,000? No problem. Here you go."
Here's some sock money to pay that off.
That's funny. That's like his fucking found some money
sorry,
in the
sorry, it
wash.
smells like athlete's foot.
Yeah. He goes,
Literally.
that was pretty good.
Welcome back, Catatonic.
That was pretty good. Athlete's foot. So
So, by the way, don't put the dollar in the stripper's G-string. It'll cause problems.
the dollar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or the dollar bill. It doesn't say.
Okay,
whatever.
before I get into NFL free agent boner frenzy,
Fuck.
That's the best part.
that is the best part. I want to talk a little bit about these charges that are happening. So Kareem Hunt was a running back for the Chiefs that kicked that woman.
Oh, yeah.
Remember he's been suspended 8 games by the NFL, but the Cleveland Browns picked him up. Okay, so now Cleveland has to eat that 8-game suspension, and everyone's debating whether or not that's enough or blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. Ray Rice never got a second chance with that domestic violence. Like, nobody wanted to take him, and now Kareem Hunt gets this chance. It's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
Huh. Okay.
Just today, news busted out. This was terrible too. That Tyreek Hill, Kansas City star wide receiver Tyreek Hill, is being investigated by police over an alleged battery.
Whoa.
And the battery is over his
Motherfucker.
no, this isn't cool. The victim is Hill's fiance's child. Whoa. And
What the
apparently
fuck?
the kid may have a broken arm.
Ooh,
Oh, shit.
So
That's-
that's not good news, man.
That's
and
not
this
good at
this
all.
is
Fuck
you
That's
know,
not good.
well, I don't know what it is with these fucking players in domestic violence.
I was gonna
and-
ask that. I
and-
said
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of professional
lot of
players
shit going
pick
on.
up that domestic violence. You know,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hope bitches be tripping. Remember last week's
Oh, that's
bitches
right,
be
yeah.
tripping, bro.
no.
What's up with that popping?
I don't know. Pop.
I ain't popping over here, baby.
Maybe we just got a cap in the ass.
I'm so unpopped. Maybe you just gotta talk to the side of the microphone, not into the microphone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Why does it say smells like jock itch?
Because we're talking about athlete's foot.
The money, yeah. Okay, free agent boner frenzy. Oh my God!
Let's get into it.
You have no idea how excited I am about this.
So
He's so excited about his boner.
Okay,
So excited.
Please leave the soundboard alone.
Okay.
I need a drum roll for this one. The two top receivers in the National Football League have changed teams.
Oh yeah.
Antonio Brown is now a Oakland Raider.
And
Odell Beckham Jr. has left the Giants and became a Cleveland Brown.
haha, sorry, Michael Six kids. He's got a Beckham
I didn't
jersey.
even think about that. Yeah, you might. You're gonna have to change that to Golden.
What up, Joe?
You're gonna have to change that to
He's
Golden Tate because Golden Tate has just gone to the Giants. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some notable signings in
Okay.
the league. All right. So Teddy Bridgewater, he decided he was going to remain with the Saints.
Did you say Teddy Bridgewater?
I did.
Okay.
He's going to remain with the Saints and be the heir appoint to Drew Brees. Giants added Golden Tate. Clinton Dix
That's mine right there.
has left Green Bay
That sounds
and
so
gone
deep
to the
now.
enemy of Chicago. That one surprised me.
Chicago.
The Jaguars waived quarterback Blake Bortles and signed Nick Foles. So Nick Foles is now a starting quarterback in the league. After winning a Super Bowl for Philly, he's got his own team. The 49ers inked Tevin Coleman from Atlanta. That was a good one.
Wait, what was the name of that again?
Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, he's a running back from
I
Atlanta.
feel like it's pronounced Tevon.
Nope.
Golden Gate will fill his shoes. Golden Tate.
Golden Tate.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my bad. I had to get Tate in there at some point. All right.
By the way, guys, if you got a free hand, give us some likes, give us some love. Helps out the show.
If you got a free hand.
You got
Please
a free
like
hand,
and share the show, please.
Yeah, pick up the phone and call. What's the
you're not-
number?
if you're not-
978.
543.
0405.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Welcome, Carrie.
Live links.
So the Ravens.
What up, Blue?
The Ravens signed Earl Thomas from
My boy,
Seattle,
Blue.
safety, and Mark Ingram from the Saints. So the Ravens have a new look in the backfield and the secondary.
Say Ravens and Saints?
No, the Ravens signed Mark Ingram from the Saints.
Oh, Mark Ingram. Okay.
Mark Ingram.
Mark.
Here's another huge signing. The Jets signed former Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell, 4-year deal.
Thank you guys for the love, by the way.
The Rams signed Eric Weddle, who came over from Baltimore. My beloved Buffalo Bills.
Did you say Eric Weddle?
I did. My beloved Buffalo Bills have stolen Cole Beasley from the Dallas Cowboys.
Beasley.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about stealing Beasley away. We also signed John Brown from the Baltimore Ravens, a speedster, so that's pretty sweet. The Saints signed Latavius Murray from Minnesota to replace Mark Ingram. And I thought this was pretty sweet. The Steelers kept Ryan Shazier,
What up, Lizzie?
the linebacker, under contract for 2019 so that he can get another year of his benefits and pension because he was injured seriously in 17.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to keep him on the roster. So I really think that's cool. You know, that no, they didn't have to do that. They could have said, "Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry about your luck."
Sorry, bro. About the whole injury.
Terrell-
That's
fiasco.
gonna be a no.
Joe Allen, yes. Here, look at the cup in front of you. staring you in the face.
Buffalo still has a team? What?
Golden team.
Damn, Joe, that's fucking cold.
Yeah, that is pretty cold.
Yeah, who the fuck are the Bills?
T Sizzle, Terrell Suggs, leaves Baltimore and goes to Arizona. Sheldon Richardson, he joins Cleveland. Cleveland actually cleaned up, man. They did really well. C.J. Mosley, linebacker for the Ravens, signed with the Jets. Titans got Cameron Wake from Miami. The Honey Badger from Houston signed with the Chiefs.
The Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
Bills also signed Frank Gore, which means that, man, I'll tell you what, we have a backfield that's like the oldest in the league. Well, hopefully they can run the ball pretty well.
You got a backfield.
Backdoor field.
That back door, that good old back door, run through.
Landon Collins left the Giants and went to the Redskins.
We talked about backdoor to landing.
Sorry. Hey, I'm trying to report the news here.
Okay. What was it? Landon
Collins. Landing. Now you got me saying it. You asshole. Landon Collins left the Giants, went to the Redskins. So, sorry, Michael Six Kids. You lost your one of your best corners or safeties, whatever the fuck he is.
Yes, he did.
And John Elway, I swear he's smoking something because he thinks that Joe Flacco's entering his prime right now.
God.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Elway's in Colorado. It's legal to smoke up. Something tells me that he's smoking up.
You've been smoking a little too much of that purple haze.
Yeah, I think he's smoking the Chiba.
That good old Pineapple Express.
Joe said he's a Giants fan. He still can't figure out how they let ODB go.
Yeah, me neither. And they're keeping Eli too, so I think that one's kind of crazy. You know, I'm sure they're going to draft a QB, and they've got two first rounders coming up in April, so you'll see where they go with that. But Golden Tate was a decent pickup. He's no Odell Beckham though. The Honey Badgers, Tyrann Mathieu. He was a corner for the Cardinals that just went. Shit, I don't remember where I said he went. There's so many damn changes. How do you keep up?
Justin was asking who Honey Badger is.
He went to the Chiefs, Justin.
Honey Badger is D's.
D's
nuts.
Okay, so sorry if I missed your team. There's been moves.
Team, is that what you're trying to say?
Huh?
If I didn't mention your team, they really aren't a team. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. There's just so many damn moves. Like,
you didn't mention the Cowboys, so I guess they're not a team.
Yeah,
they didn't make any moves. They lost Cole Beasley. I'll say that again.
They lost Beasley?
Yeah.
Beasley.
I like the Beasley.
Yeah, he's in Buffalo. I love it.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Okay. It's March Madness, fellas.
March Madness.
We should do like some music for March Madness. I mean, come on. It's March Madness.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, do
1,000 miles.
Really?
No.
No. We already played that one.
I'll find something.
It's also going to be St. Patrick's Day here in 2 days.
That's right.
The 17th.
Right now,
on Sunday.
as we speak, North Carolina and Duke are tipping off in the ACC. I wish we had a TV right here so I could watch it. But Ben isn't that technical, so he doesn't have a TV to watch it, like, up on the screen.
Well, we don't have any kind of we don't have like service. We don't have like cable or anything.
You know, the junkies like missing out on the
game. We're talking green light, right?
Give me the green.
I mean, March Madness, right?
Do you have Dish Network or do you have like DirecTV or something?
Green.
March Madness, baby.
They're ready to go right now.
It's actually a pretty good song, actually.
I know.
I'm digging this so much. Break it down.
I could see someone doing like a crossover right now.
Doing the crossover, doing it in reverse.
Right?
And then in reverse.
And shoot the three.
And it gets all colorized. Black and white and colorized.
And break the rim.
Woo, Shaq.
And then it has the tracers effects. As they're moving along, see the tracer behind them.
Give me the green light. Give me just one night.
Wow.
Ready to go right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Pause.
All right. Back to March Madness.
All right.
What's going down?
So the prediction is Virginia is going to be a number 1 seed. Gonzaga is going to be the number 1 overall seed, which means that they'll get a play-in game on Tuesday. Teams will play them. Kentucky and North Carolina. But I actually think it's going to be Duke. I think Duke's going to be a number 1. But this is an exciting time. I don't know around your offices if you play office pools and stuff. We'll start talking about March Madness and I'll start doing some research on some of the teams that are lesser known once we get the once we get the bracket and figure out who's playing who, because there's so many there's 68 tems in this freaking tournament. So I'll be doing
68.
I'll be doing a lot of research on some of these teams that I've heard of, but I don't know a player. So, I got to be a junkie. I got to learn it. So
You gotta learn the ways, baby.
in the NBA, the latest power rankings for the NBA have the Milwaukee Bucks number 1. You believe that shit? Milwaukee Bucks?
Really?
Yeah. Golden State Warriors, imagine that. The Houston Rockets, the Raptors, and then the Nuggets. So that's the top 5 in the power rankings. So that should be the playoffs are coming soon, and it's looking more and more like the Lakers will not be part of it. LeBron did not play tonight, so I'm quite sure that they're throwing the towel in for the playoffs. Believe it or not,
He's got to be upset.
believe it or he's super pissed. There is a rumor that the whole thing about Anthony Davis, when that went public and the trade fell through and whatnot, there was a rumor that the Lakers were seriously considering trading LeBron James because they were so pissed at the way it was handled.
Oh yeah, dude, they've been fucking doing terrible.
Isn't that
too.
nuts? Like, you don't trade LeBron James though. You literally
Like fuck
got
this guy
him in
and trade him
free
to Golden State.
I know, you got him in free agency. Like, you need to build around him.
Dude, okay, so I'm starting to think that Golden State's going to turn into Thanos. They're going to have like the 6 best players in the NBA, and nobody in the NBA is going to can stand it.
I really think Golden State's going to win it all again. I think they're just bullshitting right now. Like, they're struggling a little bit, but I think they're like,
They're
okay,
fucking with everybody.
because it ain't playoffs yet.
Yeah, because everybody's fucking relaxing. They're like, if we
Yeah.
lose, whatever. I mean,
They're
I
like,
don't fucking care.
beat us in a 7-game series. Good luck.
Yeah, they're
That's
going to go fucking 6 years in a row or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is it? 3 out of 4.
Yeah, Blue's right. Nobody fucking wants LeBron now.
Yeah. I think there'd be
Well-
about 30 teams that want LeBron.
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody wants him, but I mean, people want him. They want him so they can win, but LeBron doesn't want anybody. That's the problem. He doesn't want nobody. He don't.
No,
want
he
it.
wants top stars like Anthony Davis, right?
He don't want it.
He wants
LeBron
he wants
James.
winners. He doesn't want a bunch of, young kids that he's trying to build around that don't understand, how to win. He wants winners.
Who's all watching right now?
Oh.
I can't see.
Blue.
Blue, Kelsey, and 3
It
others.
says like LeBron's getting paid about $162 per second.
To sit on
what
his, to
the
sit on his
fuck?
ass. They lost 111-97 tonight, so
All the
they're
taxpayers'
done.
money.
Let's see. Shit, I think that's it for sports, man. There's a whole lot going on, but it was a fun week. UFC, Darren Till and Jorge Masvidal,
Mm-hmm.
they fight tomorrow, and that's on ESPN Plus.
Fidel. That's fun to say.
Continue to watch the NCAA. What the hell they call them? Conference tournaments that are happening right now to give the seeds for the tournament. And Selection Sunday is tomorrow. So lots of shit going on in sports. But
Also, don't forget to tune in on Sunday to the Formula F1 racing.
God damn.
They're going live from Australia on Sunday.
really,
Yeah.
NASCAR's in Fontana, California.
Fuck NASCAR. Formula 1's faster and more dangerous.
Okay.
This is by
Is
request.
this the next segment?
Yep. This is how we transition into the next segment.
All right.
I tried, and I tried even more.
Wow.
I
It's like the song about LeBron James.
I pressed, I pushed, I yelled, and begged their hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I tried to go
My
fuck shopping,
fucks have
but there's
runneth
no fucks
dry.
left to buy.
Fucks are runneth dry.
The more fucks I've tried to get, I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt.
All right, so
Oh my goodness.
next segment is. All right, so
Strive, strive, strive to
what
get
the
it
fuck is going on with this whole Aunt Becky's bullshit? Can somebody tell me about that?
So, what I've been getting is that there's this whole big conspiracy. It's not really a conspiracy because it's actually truth. It's like fucking people are getting busted left and right for paying off colleges to get their kids into college. Some of them paying up to a few, like I think 6 million was like one of the top that I
What
heard.
the fuck?
Yeah, from like elite prodigious schools like Yale to like even some just kind of like mid-level, mid-range, maybe like upper middle range.
So were there some stars that
colleges.
were involved in this
Yeah, there's like let's see if we can pull up the list. I haven't even looked at the whole list. but
besides Aunt Becky?
let's see.
Yeah, we want to know her
Gotta-
actual name.
Aunt Becky's
A lot of these people, of course, are like
She
people who can afford shit like this, like financial advisors and
thought you were gonna say
whatnot, people,
Fight
business
Club.
people. Who is?
Did you
in-
see that they put him on scholarship though for like the crew team? And,
Oh yeah.
and they weren't on the crew team. So basically, they like took a scholarship away from the sport.
One of the coaches that admitted to like all the charges, and he kind of started like busting everyone else, kind of like doing the Keisha 69, started ratting on
yeah,
everyone and
yeah.
trying to get a plea
Fucking
bargain.
snitch.
Fucking snitch.
It just gets stitches.
Fucking the way Ben says it is so fucking funny.
Let's see who's charged here.
Okay, so
33 parents charged.
There's Aunt Becky.
we got so
That guy looks familiar.
She's
somewhere.
getting dropped from everything.
So
man. She
it-
was in
her-
Hallmark.
yeah, her name
Netflix
is
is
Lori
dropping her.
Loughlin.
Yeah, Lori.
But not
Loughlin.
only that has been going on, but like somebody else has been getting fucking heat for it too.
Yeah.
What, her daughter, right?
Well, yeah, that too. But Felicity Huffman for
Felicity Huffman.
William H. Macy's, who's famous for Frank from Shameless. His wife is also involved. So they all got arrested, and Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky, she was on set in Vancouver, Canada. So they had a warrant out for her arrest when she returned, but they've since dropped her. But her daughter goes to USC, and when all this news dropped, guess where her daughter was?
USC.
No, she was on
Oh.
the chancellor's yacht, the USC's chancellor's yacht, because she was friends with the chancellor's daughter. So what a bad look,
Damn.
right? She's out on the yacht, like enjoying her spring break when this news hits.
Fuck.
I know. They decided to get her off the yacht real fucking quick.
They're like, whoa, get the fuck out
Right?
of here.
They should have thrown her in the water.
Bye. Oh, what the fuck, sharks?
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, man.
So this
maybe one of
fucking-
our viewers know a little bit about
yeah,
this.
anybody know about this? Give us a call
They
at
can call
978-543-0405.
Well, like as a
Live
side, kind of like a subreddit to this whole conspiracy and scheme is this the idea of like what is actually happening with the whole higher education system too. Like if people can get paid off to get into elite schools, like there's this whole talk about getting a college degree. Of course, you get it's really for the social connections and just to build up credentials in the end. Like before you can say, hey, I went to Yale or I went to like this college or I went to that college. Because when it comes down to it, whenever you take your classes, you can fucking graduate with like a fucking 69.999. They round you up to a 70 or whatever it is to get your degree, and you just like suck balls throughout college, but you have your degree,
Literally.
But you can say like, hey, look, I got my
Slept your way to the
degree.
top.
Yeah, you can slut your way to the top to earn that degree, but it's just saying, hey, look, I got a bachelor's in this or I got a master's in this,
Hey, Ben.
And if it's getting to the point where like colleges are willing to get paid off, or people in colleges are like paying off like that, like where's the integrity of the college school system now?
I'm gonna take
Educational
a
system
page
now?
out of Joe Rogan. Dude, you're gonna be Batman.
What?
What do you want to do to become Batman? What are you willing to do to become Batman? Harvina Weinstein is giving you the role of being Batman.
Oh God, Harvina.
Harvina Weinstein is female Harvey Weinstein.
Is she hot?
Dude.
Or does she look like kind of
She
Harvey
is not.
Weinstein? Oh man, this is hard.
But dude, you're going to be Batman.
I'm gonna be fucking Batman. What
So
I gotta do, Harvina? Tell me.
Oh, you know what you got to do.
I gotta suck that dick.
You got to do something.
She shouldn't have a dick though.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I hope not.
start from the back and go to the front.
Oh golly.
Go start from the back door, go all the way to the mailbox.
Let me suck that dick, Harvina.
So, money talks and bullshit walks, right? That's
right.
why these
Sex talks.
money too.
Well, in this case, it's definitely money.
Joe, you ain't tied up.
All right. That's fun.
You missed the whole segment, Joe.
It says we got 4 viewers, but I only see 2 viewers watching. So,
Seriously?
yeah, I don't fucking know.
We don't fucking know.
Yeah, there's probably more people watching. Some people can't comment. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys can't comment, add the page. We'll go ahead and add you. I wonder if there's any
Yes, join the
pending
group.
Pending
group
requests.
pending request. Oh, and then you guys can comment. You can always call in. I have my phone right here. 978-543-0405. We take live calls
Live links.
24/7
24/7.
within the 20
Within the 2 hour
the 2
time
hours.
slot.
time slot of those 24/7 once a day, out of the week. 2 hours out of that day every week. You can call into this phone. You can even leave a message. I'll probably never listen to it, but you can even leave a voicemail.
But he might.
But I might. So there's always that little glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel.
That is true.
So feel free to do that as well. Yeah, people from University of Texas at Austin were in this as a tennis coach. He was involved.
That's a lot of shit.
Jojo, what's up?
University of
He's
San
not watching.
Diego.
It says he joined.
It says he joined a while ago, but he's not watching.
Who's watching?
Justin Kelsey.
Hello, Justin and Kelsey.
The most anticipated movies of 2019.
This time slot is not very good. Everybody's out doing shit.
Stop listening to South by Southwest. Listen to the Ben Scout Show. We're better than those
Yeah.
fucks.
Oh, that's right. South by Southwest is this. Was it this week too?
Yep.
I know it's like
Still
last
going
week.
on. End zone Sunday.
Ends on Sunday. I wonder how it is over there. It's popping. It must be popping off in
So many
Austin.
drunk chicks.
Oh, that's how it always is.
That's a rough time. I think
That's
they'd rather.
Austin for you.
They'd much rather listen to the Ben and Scout show.
I've never been to South by Southwest. Okay, I've been.
Wait, what?
I've been there, but I've never been in South by.
Ben
I never
hasn't
actually
done a lot of things.
Yeah, I've never actually gone into South by Southwest. I was like, hey, I'm gonna see the bands this week. There've been some pretty cool lineups though. I'm not gonna lie, but I went over there to Austin.
City Limits?
1 year.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to go.
Maybe
to,
it was
I wanna
ACL.
Go to ACL.
I think it was ACL actually. I went to.
This year
Not
I'm
South by
going to
Southwest.
ACL. No doubt about it. I don't know who's there, but I'm going.
ACL.
Yeah, let's check out the lineup for ACL 2019.
I've never done ACL either.
Shit, that dude.
October.
Safe
Oh
chuck.
fuck, that's like in forever.
October's forever.
God damn, it's in forever, bro. Let's see. See the lineup.
Hey, the Junkie's mom is visiting San Antonio next week. That should be kind of fun to play tour guide.
We going to strip club?
Yeah,
All right.
she'll bring them all over.
Okay, so the lineup is. Oh, that was last year.
Yeah, that would definitely be 2018.
Oh, they're not going to show the lineup for another
Stay
few months.
tuned.
They won't show the lineup till like fucking June or July.
I can't wait to go because
Yeah.
I've never been and I'd like to go. Okay,
Oh, okay.
what's your next topic?
So,
What are you guys doing for St. Patty's Day on Sunday?
A whole lot of nothing.
They should like paint or dye the fucking San Antonio River.
I thought they do.
green.
They do.
They
It's
do.
at-
They
it's
do.
at
They dye
noon.
green too.
It's at noon tomorrow.
Oh, it's like a little mini Chicago
Yep.
river thing. They're gonna dye it tomorrow at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to be there.
What are they putting in their mouth?
Hi, Kelsey. Welcome to the show.
I don't get it. What are they putting in the mouth?
all right. So, next topic. So, has anybody? Meanwhile, everyone is trying to leave Neverland.
Yeah. Speaking of leaving Netherland.
So, there was a documentary that aired called Leaving Neverland.
I think it's dropped in February.
Put
No,
No, it
mistaken.
dropped on March 3rd.
Was it March 3rd? Okay.
Yes.
So it was just a couple weeks ago.
And I just watched it the other day.
Getting drunk.
It's
Yeah,
2
get
parts.
drunk.
Who are the Spurs playing?
You gonna
Kelsey?
be one of
They're
those?
playing the Knicks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? You watching the Spurs game?
Kelsey is.
Sweet.
So-
Getting drunk.
So, anyways, back to the topic, Ben. Leaving Neverland.
Ben.
Oh, you really want to talk about this topic?
Well, yeah, we're gonna fucking talk about it. It's a hot topic.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking talk about it. All right.
Okay, first off, has anyone seen it yet?
Have you seen it? I
No.
guarantee I know the answer to that.
There's one person that's seen it in the middle.
Actually, no. Me and Heather just saw it the other day.
Oh, you guys saw it together?
Yeah,
Was it
Heather,
good?
chime
I heard
in
it was
on
pretty
this one,
intense.
dude.
so we can hear your thoughts instead of just.
I don't have
hearing
HBO, so I
Scout's.
haven't been able to watch it. It's on
Okay.
Is it online too?
Mm.
Can I
You
can I
can,
stream it?
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
Okay, 'cause I don't have HBO, so I wasn't
So-
able to watch it.
Okay, so check this out. So, back in 03 and 05, Michael Jackson was charged with sexual assault of a minor,
I remember that
and
whole fiasco.
and he won both cases, and
With good lawyers.
with damn good lawyers, and then died in 2009. Well, according to statute of limitations, it's like after 10 to 15 years, one of the guys who was in that show, when he went to court as a witness, he said Michael Jackson never did anything sexual to him. Well,
Who was that guy?
his name was
Was that Wade Robeson?
it was Wade Robson.
Oh, okay.
It was Wade Robson. He testified and said that Michael Jackson never did anything to him at all. Well, 10 to 15 years later, 10 years after his death, he comes on the air, which, by the way, this documentary was recorded in 2013
Okay.
and was held for like another fucking 6 years until 2019 when they aired it. And that's when he went into details of of what actually happened at Neverland and before then. So apparently, before I go any further, I'm not gonna explain all the fucking details because they were really fucked up and uncomfortable. I can handle some uncomfortable shit watching it on TV, but in all reality, I didn't sleep a wink that night. It really fucked me up. I didn't like it. I really, really did not fucking like it. It fucking pissed me off, and I had a lot of trouble
That
sleeping.
gives us even more reason to talk about it.
So y'all need to watch it for yourselves. I'm not gonna divulge into all the details because it's really.
I'm gonna go ahead
really
and
fucked
DVR
up.
that bad boy then. What's
Okay,
up, Hosanna?
You do that. Okay, so this is the part where it got weird. So there's this kid named Wade Robson. He's a dancer. He's infatuated with Michael Jackson, which everybody was back in the fucking 80s. Everybody was obsessed with Michael Jackson. He's the king of pop. He's fucking dancing, his music, everything. They're fucking obsessed with him ever since MTV finally played his music.
Yep.
And and he did this dancing competition, and he won, but he was too young to win. So, but he still won anyway. So he got to dance on stage with Michael Jackson and meet him. Hashtag I love you, Hosanna. Hi, Hosanna.
Hi, Hosanna.
So he got to meet
All
Michael
the way
Jackson,
from Mexico.
and next thing you know,
Thanks
he's on
for the
stage
divorce.
with Michael Jackson during performance, and Michael Jackson was like, "Wow, this kid's really good," or like in his fucking weird little voice.
Did she do the Michael Jackson voice there for a second?
His kid's really good.
Yeah, my gosh, kid, you're really good, by the way.
Crotch grab.
Come on it. So,
Yes.
so next thing you know,
Crotch
Michael
grab.
Jackson starts befriending the kid and his family, his mother first, and then the kid. Next thing you know, he's showing up at their house for like months at a time, hanging out every single fucking day,
Yep.
having sleepovers at that house with the parent around, and buying toys and holding hands and all this shit. It's weird. Like it's just fucking weird. Like,
Well,
why would a grown ass adult be hanging out with a fucking 5-year-old?
You know,
for,
it's
like,
funny that
every
they just
day?
came out with this because there was interview after interview before he died about this, and he would be like, "I'm just a nurturing man, and I just,
It's for the kids.
you know, yeah, it's
Just want to take
I
care of the
like to-
children.
I like to hold children at night." You know, I mean, that was his defense. Like, there was no like, there's nothing sexual about it.
Thanks, cuz. Yeah, it was really fucked up. So there was him talking about it, and then there was this other kid named Jimmy. Now that
Jimmy!
shit was really fucked up too, man. His real name.
Jimmy!
So his real name was James Safechuck.
Oh, hold up.
Oh,
I think we got a caller, guys.
it must be James Safechuck.
Here.
Fuck that bitch.
Welcome to the show. You're on live right now. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
What up, Justin?
What's
What's
up,
up, bro?
Justin?
What Scout's talking about and that leaving Neverland.
What's going on,
You know,
man?
Did you watch it?
I've seen parts of it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Okay. So what do you got to say about that? What do you think about this whole Michael Jackson fiasco?
Well, I'm hearing a lot of what other people are saying, and they're talking about, oh, leave the man alone. He's dead. You know, let the dead be dead. You know, but I mean, you still gotta understand that things that they did are still affecting people that are living nowadays. I mean, you got what's going on with R. Kelly. I mean, R. Kelly got away with what he was doing for so long.
Well, he
You
wasn't.
know,
He
it's,
wasn't also sleeping with children that were, below 10.
Wait, R. Kelly was sleeping with children too?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Well, the ages were 14.
Oh, fuck.
That's still rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these were
I mean-
fucking like kids these were children like the
We're
age
talking
of
about
fucking-
leaving Neverland, Kathleen.
Yeah, we're talking about leaving Neverland. So fill us in,
Yeah,
Justin.
go on. Didn't mean to stop you there.
I mean, even though they're not around the same ages, I mean, it's along the same lines. I mean, they both got away with what they got away with.
Good lawyers.
And you know what's something weird is though is that it just shows the fact that if you're famous and if you have money, you can basically get away with anything.
O.J. Simpson got
I
away with
mean-
murder, didn't he? Oh wait, he didn't do it.
But like what they also say is everything done in the dark always comes to light.
That's true.
That's a good point.
You know, so what I'm thinking is, I mean, these people aren't in it for the fame. These people aren't in it because they're going to become household names. They're in it because this shit happened to them, man. They're not trying to defame somebody who is famous already. I mean, the legacy that Michael Jackson left behind is still his musical legacy, but at the same time, if he did what he did, I'm not going to go and put it out there that, yeah, he did it for sure, because I don't know either way,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
Is Macaulay Culkin? Is he on this Leaving Neverland?
he is, but he doesn't interview because he still won't admit that Michael Jackson ever did anything.
Okay, so he's taking that to the grave apparently.
And him and another kid are fucking pleading to death that he never touched him.
Because when Macaulay Culkin started Home Alone, there was a whole lot of him going to Neverland and snuggling up with Michael and getting toys and all
no
that
shit?
Oh yeah,
Kathleen, what the fuck is clout?
like stardom basically
Oh.
is what she's saying. Like money, fame, prestige.
That's pretty much what happened. If you're famous like the King of Pop, you can get away with pretty much anything. It's really fucked up.
Well, did anyone accuse him back then?
Oh yeah, there was accusations back in the 90s. Back in 93 there was accusations already.
Who was that? Was that Wade and
No, it was Brett and Macaulay Culkin both admitted they had weird
That's
relationships
right.
with MJ.
That's right.
But that was after after he died.
Well, this whole thing's after he died. I mean, he's
Well,
been
what-
dead for 10 years.
Yeah. What else do you have to say on this, Justin?
Sorry, Justin.
I want to keep it like dead air with you. What do you have to say? What else?
I mean, well, that's pretty much what I have to say about it is, these guys aren't coming out of the woodwork now to become famous. They're not coming out of it to get any kind of retributions. They're not coming out of it. They're just coming out to let the information be known if that's the case, if that's how they felt or that's how they perceived what went down at the time. And, who far be it from us to keep that from them or to deny them that,
Yeah, I think too, just the fact that the truth needs to come out. I mean, again, I wasn't there. I never witnessed it, but there's a lot of like.
You weren't there?
there-
Are you
there-
sure you
there's
weren't
a lot of-
cuddling?
There's a lot of clues there that something
Yeah.
more than what's actually everyone thinks is
The
the truth
nurturing adult that Michael Jackson was.
yeah.
Apparently, right?
compared to what it really is from
I think the
firsthand
good thing
experience.
about this Finding Neverland is it's not anybody new, like Justin said.
Yeah, and the same thing too with about like these people too. Like it would feel. I mean, I wouldn't know how it would feel to carry a secret like that for the rest of my life and not actually let people know what really happened. So it might be a really huge part of them as well as a healing process to let them know, like, hey, look, this is what happened, you know. And like you said, I don't feel that
that's the
book
kid.
deals and cash is like the motive behind this.
Would it be interesting to know how much they were paid, though? I think it
Well,
would be.
Okay.
That's their perception of what occurred. But just other than that, that's all I really got to say on that. I'm gonna do the Forrest Gump and hang up. So
That's all I
thanks,
got
guys,
to
for
say
letting me call
about
in.
that.
Okay.
That's all I got
Thanks,
to say
Justin.
about
Thanks,
that.
Justin. Thanks for calling, man.
Later, bro. Thanks for calling.
Okay. So there was something you said, Junkie, about payment.
Yeah.
So the first person that accused Michael Jackson of sexually touching their fucking child was a dad. I don't remember the name, but Michael Jackson's attorneys and Michael Jackson himself asked him if he was willing to settle for a cash settlement
See?
of $235,000.
And
The
that was
father-
back in the 90s?
Yeah, the father declined. They came back and told him, "All right, $23 million,"
Damn, 23 million.
and he said yes.
Hush money.
What the fuck?
Hashtag hush money.
So this was all inside Leaving Neverland.
This is all inside leaving. Well, that one I researched.
Oh, okay.
Kathleen, have you ever seen the interviews that Michael did where he's like, I'm just such a nurturing man. Like, I love the kids and I want to just
You know, the crazy thing is
spoil them with toys.
even back then, people were like, "Oh, okay, yes, yeah, Michael, you know,
Sure,
sure."
Michael.
And actually, they were actually like, "Oh, you know, we didn't really think too much of it." You know, they're still kind of like, "I'm not sure," but then it's kind of like, "Okay, well, we'll work with this.
We'll let that slide.
We'll let it slide." You know.
Macaulay Culkin, go ahead and stay over
But
there.
I think,
it's okay.
yeah, dude. I think now, especially since like how much we've progressed too with like a lot of domestic violence and like child abuse and all this kind of like molestation and all this other stuff's been coming. You know, it's talked about more nowadays.
Yeah.
Then back in the day, it was kind of hush hush. You know, let's not really talk about it. It's taboo. You don't want to bring it up. And a lot more people talking about like just like those kind of demons that have haunted them throughout their
Yeah,
lives.
it's
Yeah,
such a
agreed.
good point that he was a psychological mess, like Kathleen just stated. You know, like he had the mind of like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, he did. He never got to grow up.
His dad pushed him so hard into entertainment when he was just a little.
9-year-old.
I think he was 5.
Oh yeah, 5. Yeah,
I
5.
think he was 5. So like, you know, he wanted to be a kid, but yet at the same time, like, you're a grown ass man, dog.
Yeah,
like Cedric the
what are you
Entertainer would
doing?
say. You're a grown ass man, dog.
Like, what are you
Like,
doing?
Why you playing with Kevin from Home Alone? You know, like he's
Like, leave Kevin Hart alone.
yeah,
please.
he's just screaming. Yeah, I know. Like today, like I don't know, man. I just don't think it would be accepted
So
today.
tell me that it wouldn't be accepted today.
No,
I
it
think that's
definitely
why
wouldn't be
I think that's
accepted.
why it's coming out again, like out of the woodwork, because it's just more. We're comfortable as a society. We're more comfortable talking about things like this. It's still kind of like it's still
Touchy-feely?
touchy. It's still kind of touchy to talk about, but we're open to talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Um,
It's really fucked up because the fact is that beforehand, when all this went out, everybody, when they hear Michael Jackson, they're thinking, oh, music artist, fucking famous, real great guy trying to help all the children. And it's like, no, this guy's a fucking pedophile. Like,
Help.
fuck this dude.
Help all the children.
And you know what's crazy is what turned me on into watching the show was like, okay, all these radio stations stopped playing Michael Jackson out of nowhere. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I hear on Facebook, Leaving Neverland. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And like, it's a show. I was like, what? So me and Heather watched it, and we're like, oh my gosh. This motherfucker actually did it. Like, what's crazy
There's
is
no doubt.
everything that happened made fucking perfect sense. Like, it just fucking made perfect sense.
It made sense then too, but like Ben's saying, you know, it's kind of like, oh well, it's Michael Jackson, you know, we'll let that slide.
and especially like when he passes away, everyone was like, kind of mourning his death and everything.
Dude, okay, so before the job I have now, way before, back in 2013, I was a DJ at a karaoke bar. And I used to have this guy come on stage all the time. And every time he got on stage, he always say, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, rest in peace, Whitney Houston, rest in peace, whoever the fuck else. And I'd turn the microphone off and be like, yo, straight up, dude, don't fucking say rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Fuck that pedophile. You say that again, I'll kick you out of my bar. He never said it again.
Did he touch you inappropriately?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I went off on that motherfucker. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you are or who the fuck you believe in. Don't fucking say rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Fuck that pedophile. I've always viewed him as a pedophile. I'll never play his music. The only thing close to his music I'll play is Alien Ant Farm Smooth Criminal. But that's because that version is a lot better than Michael Jackson's version. But yeah, so I mean, we're talking about this guy who's fucking a billionaire, and he buys this place called this land. It's what is it, 2,350 acres?
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
I mean, I know there's like an amusement park and everything else in there. Again, his psychological mind of being like he's 5 years old.
Yeah. So after he bought it back in 2003, it was worth like $103 million or $100 million. And then when he died, it was worth about 80 something million dollars.
So like it cost less after he died.
I just fucking I don't know how it worked out.
Anyway,
but so as of a few years ago, it was worth the place was open for sale, and it was.
Got another caller, guys.
All right.
Oh, it's Heather.
Where's that?
Hold on.
You're live on the show. Who
What up,
person
Heather?
talking to? Can you put this up?
Heather, hi.
Hi.
What's up, Heather?
So the
Hey,
word on the
man.
street is that you've been watching this Leaving Neverland with Chris here.
Dude, yeah, it's a little traumatizing. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's some highly graphic shit.
I had trouble
Like,
sleeping
definitely
that
not for the
night.
faint of heart.
Yeah, dude, I totally
Yeah,
had
me
trouble
too.
sleeping that whole night. Like I was tossing and turning.
Yeah, no, it definitely like messes with you on a certain level because it's like, I mean, like when I say that it got very graphic, like they're very pointedly being like, dude, I was 7 years old and this grown man was doing this, this, and this to me. Like that's really hard to hear. To like imagine a small child like taking that kind of sexual abuse. And, like that's a heavy, it's burdenous. You know what I mean? Like it's intense. But what I wanted to ask you guys was, okay, so recently on another podcast where they were discussing the same topic,
Joe
they
Rogan?
brought up the fact that the Joe Rogan one,
Yeah.
the actual doctor that actually was the one that was responsible for overdosing Michael Jackson, actually at one point disclosed the fact that he was supposedly chemically castrated. His parents apparently did that in an effort to protect his voice. But what I'm wondering is if you've been chemically castrated, then how were you able to like reproduce and like have your own children, let alone like be able to have like those kinds of urges to touch little boys?
I think they were. I think those kids were donated sperm babies.
Yeah, I would need to look in
I
more.
think so,
I would
too.
need to look in more into the science of that, of like how like the castrating, like is it like a vasectomy where like he's just shooting blanks, or can he actually does he still have sperm that is still producing? Could he get some sperm
I mean,
from him, or is it like?
I feel like if you're chemically castrated, like
It
I don't know, I feel like
it
it's a
don't
little
work
bit
no
more.
more.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like I doubt you could even. I mean, they were saying that like with the whole chemical castration, like they didn't even think that he could produce testosterone anymore. Hence, his like super high voice, all of that. But I mean, like I would probably have to do like a little more research, like
Damn.
extensively, to really be able to say for sure.
And
But I
here
thought
we
that
thought
like,
it
an
was due to
interesting, like,
drugs.
topic.
When did they do this to Michael?
When he was a kid.
Like, yeah, like apparently when he was a child, in an effort to like protect his voice.
His
That's
parents
pretty
told
fucked
him.
up. That's kind of it seems kind of like some kind of form of child
Seems
abuse.
like something Mr. Jackson
Oh,
would
definitely.
do.
But then again, like I mean, you could get away with a lot more back in the '60s. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like.
Definitely.
Damn.
And I think that that's like another aspect of it all too, is like, you know, back in the 90s, people were a lot more naive. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot more to the forefront, like how vulnerable your children are to like people. I mean, there's so many documentaries out now. Like, have you guys seen the one on Netflix? It's called what was it, like Kidnapped in Plain Sight?
Oh,
Or, like,
dude,
Stolen in Plain Sight?
that was so fucking weird. Okay, I got to this part where the guy was like, so, yeah, he came and picked me up from my work, and we went to this park, and he was like, you know, man, I'm fucking stressed, dude. Like, I need some relief. And the guy was like, what? And then he goes,
oh yeah, like
and
the
he goes, you know
father
what?
of the girl that he kidnapped.
And then he goes, you know what, guys? And for the sake of helping a friend out, I violated the constitution of the sanctimony of my marriage, and I jerked him off. I was like, holy fuck, this guy, what the fuck?
Is that a movie?
Yeah,
Or
and that
it's
was
a documentary?
after the fact the guy fucking kidnapped his daughter, which was
Yeah,
obvious
no,
what
like
happened.
so it's like Kidnapped in Plain Sight. It's about this like one young girl's experience where like her next door neighbor managed to like blackmail and manipulate the whole entire family, like both of her parents and her, and like kidnapped her twice, convinced this girl that they needed to get married. Like this little girl was like 9 years old. Like it was
Wow.
like very scary. And he didn't kidnap her just once, he kidnapped her twice. And there's like a whole documentary on it. Like it's fucking insane.
You know what's crazy?
But,
is that's what
but-
Michael Jackson was basically doing to fucking Will
I
Robson.
was gonna say, he bought off the kids by like always giving them gifts and stuff. But even then, he like gave an extensive loan to like one of the kids. I can't remember if it was Jimmy or Wade, but like one of the families. He actually gave like a substantial loan for them to like buy a house, like stuff like that. Like, and he had these parents convinced like, oh, he wasn't just like my son's friend, like he was my friend too. Like da 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 da. Like he had like everybody duped. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like,
So what was his dude? What did he do like for a living, or like what's his backstory?
Thanks, Victoria.
wait, are we talking about kidnapped in plain sight, or are we talking about like
That's the
the
one
whole
you're talking.
Michael Jackson documentary?
No,
stuff?
that was the one you're talking about right now, right? The kidnapped, or did you switch back to Michael Jackson?
Oh, I switched back to Michael Jackson. But
Oh,
we can go
okay.
back to kidnapped in plain sight. Like that's fine too.
No.
Jesus.
But
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
yeah, I want to say that the guy. Let me think. The guy that kidnapped her. I want to say he was like a salesman or something, like something that took a lot of charisma. Like he was very
Okay.
charismatic. So yeah, I think he was like some kind of like a salesman or something. But yeah, like dude, like abducted this girl twice, like took her, like I want to say to like Nevada, or like took her somewhere really far away on like a trip, and like the parents were freaking out, and it took them like a couple weeks before they actually reported it to the authorities.
Yeah, like what the fuck was up with
Damn.
that?
Yeah. Like the parents were fucking stupid. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, even with the MJ case too, it always comes down to like the parents not protecting their kids. That's what essentially it comes down to, because it's always like the predator has to get past the parents before it can get to the children, if you really think about it. So I mean, like what it really comes down to is like, dude, protect your kids always. Don't trust anyone. You know?
Agreed.
That's pretty harsh.
I mean, hell, like, I mean, dude, like, tell me if this is extreme. So I've had a conversation recently with some friends where they were saying, they were like, oh yeah, like I'm not cool with the idea of like my future children like ever having sleepovers. Like I'm not cool with them going and staying at some person's house. Like I don't care if it's their friend. Like I don't know their family. I don't know what they do. Like yada yada yada. But like when you really think about it, like is that extreme? I mean, we grew up in an era where we went and did sleepovers with our friends and stuff like that. But this is definitely like a different day and age. Like to what extent do you protect your kids? Do you put up like rules like that? You know what I mean? Like, how far is too far?
I think you get to know the family.
Yeah, I think you have to get to know the family, like Junkie was saying. But at the same time, as well, I think also some of these really tragic stories are really sensationalized in the media, so that we think that everyone is some kind of sadistic pedophile. But the truth is that I think a lot of people, though, are actually genuinely, considerate. Like where we're talking with reasonable people, and I feel there's a lot of reasonable people out there too that aren't going to be like pedophiles for your children. But it's a matter of getting to know this people to like have some kind of trust. And here and there may be like a that kind of like duped, like someone may dupe you into thinking that they're like this fucking perfect person, but they're actually a pedophile. But I don't think it happens as often as like the media would like you to think, or like social stigmas would like you to think. And
See, this is what my cousin said. She goes, but the fact that the family thought it was kosher to make a Netflix movie about, they still stupid and act like act like they are immune now. Nah, what's your address? Like, dude, can I call? Yeah, Kathleen, you can call it in just a bit. But I mean, really though, I mean, my thing is though, it's like how like what were these parents thinking? Like what was too much? Like, what was too far for them? Like, because there were some things where it's like really questionable, because he kept being like, oh well, can Wade stay the night? Like, it'd be awesome. You should let him stay at my house for like the whole summer. And it's like, Michael,
oh yeah,
no,
dude, no, like Wade's family like went to the Grand Canyon, were like gone for a couple weeks, and like the whole entire time they left Wade alone at Neverland with Michael Jackson, and he discloses all of the pervy crappy shit that he did to this poor kid. Like, it's sick, man.
I think it's kind of crazy just to think that that it happened. But like you said, this was back in the 90s, right? That all this occurred.
Change the logo.
Yeah, like I want to say like, yeah, it was like the early 90s. Yeah, because he had like Eminem bleached hair at one point.
Wade did.
Yeah, remember, Chris? He like popped up and you're like, whoa, he went Slim Shady. Like,
wait, who did? The kid?
Yeah, Wade Robson.
Yeah, like one of them, like Wade Robson. Like,
I remember he had a show on
He also
MTV.
had, like-
he was like a dance choreographer.
Oh yeah, no, he like did like NSYNC. He did like NSYNC's choreography for like their first like tour. He did Britney Spears's.
That's right.
Like all of that. Like he was actually like extremely famous. Amazingly enough.
I do remember the
You know,
story
that
of
was
him.
kind of.
You know, way back then too.
You know, I was thinking though, like there's the truth about like me when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to go over to like my friends' houses for sleepovers, so it was something that kind of like my dad picked up from like his father or his family. Like he wasn't allowed to do it, so he kind of kept it out of tradition. So I was always kind of felt like a little sheltered sometimes. Or whenever I was asked to go out to a friend's house, it was always like, well, can I go to so and so's house? Like, well, we got to meet their parents first or whatever, you know. And sometimes it was just kind of like, can I go over to a friend's house? It's like, no. It's like, well, why not? And it's like, just because I said so. So I don't get that, like, because I said so, because I said so, because I said so.
Well, don't
So a
fucking
lot of
worry
times
about it.
when I was a
got that
kid,
one
I
all
felt
on.
that real like, yeah, I felt
'Cause I
that
said
kind of
so.
level of injustice. And when I grew up later, I just come to the point where it was like, you know what? If I lie to my parents about where I'm going, then I can get a way of going wherever the fuck I wanted to. So then I started getting into this habit of just lying to my parents compulsively because I always felt like I was being sheltered, you know? So that may
Well, I
be
mean, do you
something
think
that
it
would
would've-
happen too. That I'm afraid
I mean,
of.
do you think it would have been different? Do you think it would have been different for you if your parents actually like leveled with you and they were like, "This is all in an effort to protect you because we don't know those people, and the idea that you're not near me where I can't protect you scares me."
I think
Like, do you think that would have made a difference for you if like your parents actually did like level with you and like explain it to you?
if they would explain it to me a little bit more, but not only that, also gave me a little more opportunities to do. Like, hey, sometimes I get to go, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That would help me a little bit more. But again, it just came to the point where like I was told no so often, I wasn't allowed to go out so often. It was just easier for me to lie, you know, about where I was going and what I was doing. And then as a parent, that kind of would. I don't have any kids right now, but that would freak me out, thinking that my kids just start lying about where they're going to go and they become like compulsive liars. So I'd never know when they're telling the truth, just because I'm just hovering over them like a helicopter all the time, you know, as a parent. And so it's kind of like you know, there's so many different sides of the spectrum. Like, are you going to be like too hovering over your kids? Are you going to be too lenient with the kids? Like, where's the right? What's the wrong? Like, but then again, parenting, there's no like handbook to parenting either. You know, it's not like what do you do?
Actually,
So I think it's just a matter of like whatever you have to feel comfortable like with who you're putting your kids around and who you're allowing your kids to go with at the same time. So it's a
I mean,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's always like there really isn't like a handbook on it. You always kind of have to find like your own balance or whatever. I mean, you could even end up having like kids that don't even like going out outside of their own home. You know what I mean? If
Oh
you're
yeah,
lucky. But
I can probably get some of those kids who's like bookworms and they just like want to read books all the time, get on the internet, especially like nowadays. Since like back in the 90s,
Dude,
we didn't
for
have the
real,
fucking
like-
internet and phones and shit like that. Like we hung out with like people face to face, but like nowadays, fucking kids play video games all day or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is because kids are meeting adults online, like on Xbox and shit like that. It's like, holy fuck, dude.
oh god, it's like a whole new hunting ground.
Like, I
almost.
don't understand, like, where the fuck this all happened. Like, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I would imagine, like, the Xbox or fucking people who run that shit be fucking listening into your conversations that you're having with people on your fucking gaming experience just to protect people and shit. But, I mean, because there would definitely be some red flags that be popping up, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, like,
We got a caller.
oh, we got another caller.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I have to get back to work, guys. Thanks for chatting.
All right, we'll talk to you here
Take
soon.
it easy, Heather.
Thanks for calling,
Keep
Heather.
tuned in.
No problem. Have a good night.
Me too.
Okay. You're live on the Ben and Scout Show. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with right now?
Cat.
Catatonic?
Yeah.
Motherfucking Catatonic. What's up, Cat?
What
You
up,
want to
Catatonic?
join in this conversation, this fucking Michael Jackson fiasco we're talking about, or what do you want to add to this, to our lovely night here?
Close down the Facebook video to talk normally.
Let's do it. What do you want to talk about?
All right, am I in?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, you're on.
You're in
Hey,
like
hey.
Flint.
So I used to work at a psychiatric hospital for adolescents.
Okay. How long did you work there?
6 years.
6 years. Oh, so you're there for a while.
Wait,
So-
is this Kathleen Kirk?
Yeah.
What up,
I
cuz?
didn't think it was catatonic.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was tripping on too. Yeah. Like, wait a
you
second.
know,
Stop tripping, Ben.
Okay, so anyways. Fuck.
anyways, I used to work at a psych hospital for the better part of 6 years, and those kids were 3 years old to 18.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things that was an issue for me was, so I worked in the adolescent unit. That wasn't the baby unit. And so they were like 9 years old to 18. And what was so frustrating was, you know, they always say, like, don't trust strangers and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. The case was 9 times out of 10, the demographic that we were given that were wanting to commit suicide or had self-loathing or what have you were the ones that were like messed with by their own family members. The demographic were more so messed with by their own family members
Than
more
anyone
so
else, like a
than
stranger.
an outside source.
You know, that's another issue that you bring up that like not as many people talk about right here as much. Just like you said, the stranger, that's the pedophile stranger that you think you're going to be duped by or that may be out there lurking, when the truth is a lot of it's like, you know, domestic abuse or domestic, you know, sexual abuse.
Right. And there are people in the family that your family deems socially acceptable to have close to you
Also
because
known as
they
Michael
have
Jackson.
pulled the wool over the hypothetical self. And that's what's so disturbing about what Heather was talking about and Chris was talking about, that show, you know, Abducted in Plain Sight. Yeah, it was a different time, but we're still living in different facets of that different time, quote, quote, spectrum of people thinking that the world is still innocent, but it's so fragmented to where it's not innocent anymore. Everyone's looking for something. Everyone's seeking themselves out. We live in a world of immediate gratification. We're on social media left and right. There's so many times that children are on social media thinking it's a fun social event, but they're being exploited. There's so many people out there that are like becoming victimized because they're thinking that this world is so innocent, but it's really not. It's that same facet of people who think, oh, well, as long as you don't talk to strangers, you're cool, you're fine, you're safe. They're not.
You know what's one thing I've always wondered, like to the max is like what goes through these fucking monsters' heads? Like, what is going on in their heads that allows them to commit such fucking heinous acts towards children?
Well, what we've learned is a lot of the kids that come in that have themselves done bad things to other children, things were done bad towards them. Do you know what I mean? Like, evil creates evil. Ignorance creates ignorance, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
terrible.
it's a self-perpetuating circle that you don't escape. There's a person I know right now who is talking to me where she dated a guy and he proposed to her. They were to be married, and she found out that later on he molested his own brother because he himself was molested, and she almost married him, and he was into some weird, twisted stuff. She dodged a major bullet, but does that demonize this man? Does he not need help? Does he not need his own guidance in himself? Is he incurable? Where did it go wrong? Is it now, burned into his psyche? Like, where do you go from there?
I think
Counseling, lots
I
of
think
it.
a lot of these issues have been in the human spectrum for like hundreds and hundreds of years. To be quite honest, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, even as far as like the Egyptian time with like the fucking slaves and stuff, where you would have one Egyptian, like the king would like have like all these children and whatnot, and God knows what other like
concubines.
The concubines, and God knows like what else. And you got to remember, like back in those days, like people died young too. So I'm pretty sure a lot of those people who were concubines are probably really, really young as well. So I mean, the whole like issue with like child molestation and all that stuff. I think it's been going on in the human experience for like hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just more, again, like out in the open now. So, and we have the
Right.
technology,
But-
we have the ability to spread information a lot quicker, so people are aware of it a lot quicker. It's not just like you have to write
But
a
as
note.
we have the intelligence and the communication aspect, and things are also getting more intelligent and more sneaky and more undercover. And every time we're one step ahead, they're 10 times ahead of us because things are changing. Just like when abducted in plain sight, they thought that like things are fucking fine. Let me just fuck this dude, jack off this dude, let him sleep with my daughter and film fucking weird sex noises. Like, it's legit, it's cool, it's kosher, it's fine. You know, throw some cheese on her face. No, this is the fucking world we're living in. And then it was fine, and it's just another facet of fine now. It just moves, and it moves, and it moves on this graph.
It's fucking
The sliding scale is good and bad, and we just need to adapt with it. And you know, you look under every stone, but why not look on it? Like, that's what's so ugly about this whole thing is you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You don't live in peace if you are damnating every aspect of everything that happens in your life, and you're damned if you don't, if you just let things be. And that's what's so frustrating about the future of having kids, which is what scares me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Manager's watching.
Well said. Well said.
But I don't
And
know.
you guys
It's
got to
just-
think about that in your own facets. Like, think about having kids. Think about them chilling with some dude.
Like,
Think about them chilling with some dude. Okay, so what if he's in the church? So what if he's in the fucking choir? So what if he's a dweebus?
So
like,
that's
so what if
like the
things-
scariest part too, is because the
Did you
fact
say
is like,
dweebus?
because well, here's the thing though, is like that's another thing that's fucked up too, is like the Catholic Church priests, they're fucking molesting the altar boys nowadays. And
I
it's
was
been-
an altar boy
and-
back
and
in the
that's
day.
been going on for fucking decades or centuries.
Yes, there's so many times in my life, if I hadn't been the person that I am, that if somebody had gone any further with me, they wouldn't have caught a pencil in the eye. Like, but if I were a lesser of who I was, things would have gone further with me, and I don't know who I would have been to this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's ugly. It's an ugly world, male or female. And that's another thing. Male on male is more common than you think, and that's what's so ugly about this whole thing.
Yeah. And then
It's more taboo to talk about it if that's what happened, and that's why it's more swept on the table. It continues to happen. It continues to create monsters that mess with people, you know?
yeah, I think just nowadays with whole like technology advancing and everything, it's not necessarily that anyone's like, again, the stuff is here, you know, and now it's more, we see it's more apparent, but I think people are just using the modern systems and the modern technology to do what they would have done before in the past. They're just able to use the technology, and, you know, same things have been happening, but now it's just modernized nowadays.
The thing with Michael Jackson, y'all were talking about earlier, is, in a sense, I think he was, what is the word? Petrified. He was petrified wood. He was stuck in a certain time of his life, and he never was able to metastasize out of it. He was stuck there. So he was super young, and things happened to him. I think that there was some outward sources that were, you know, pretty cringy, and he stopped right there in his tracks and forever and always immortalized that moment and to be fascinated sexually through it and was curious about it. And just as if, you know, kids are messed with by other people, they then mess with other kids. And I think that's where his issue was created.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody looked into that. Doesn't make him innocent. Okay, so you fuck with me and I fuck with someone else and they fucking kill themselves. Am I scot free? No, I'm not. That's not how it works.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
not how societal norms are. That's not legit. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it sucks what the world has come to these days, and how people just perceive things as being okay because it happened to them. But it's I don't know. Like I don't know. There's like some kind of way we can put the word out there, but like, look, what you're doing is not okay. That's not acceptable. Or I don't fucking know. You know.
Mhm.
But
But what's the thing is they sensationalize a lot of these things. As educational, informative as they are, is they keep making Leaving Neverland. They keep making Abducted in Plain Sight.
yeah, they keep making these shows that involve fucking molestation shit happening, and it's like, fuck, dude, when can we get away from this shit? You know.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it's sad
Like,
because that shit, like when they make that shit, people eat that shit up and they watch that shit like right away, and they watch and analyze every bit of it and they memorize everything of it, and it's like, fuck, dude.
so my question to y'all is, why did you want to watch it when you watched it? Because you were curious, because you were intrigued, because you were like, let me watch this train wreck because it's interesting. Like, why?
I think that has come back down to like the human. It's in our psychology. You know, it's like the fight or flight kind of like mechanism that's inside us. Like some things that freak us out, or some things that we feel like we're frightened of. It brings up a topic, you know, a whole like of child molestation. I don't have kids, but like if I was an adult or if I had kids or whatever, that would like worry me and my children. Like, oh shit, like if this happened like on someone who's like super famous and this happened, you know, like what could be happening under my eyes right now as an adult with some of my kids' parents, you know, and whatnot.
Right.
And I think it's just like one of those things in our human mind that our psychology is kind of we're attracted to fear a lot of times. Kind of like on YouTube, you have the clickbait videos, some kind of like, oh, this guy fucking blows up his fucking face or something like that, and it's like,
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, I gotta click on that. I gotta watch that. You know, like it's fucking horrific.
Yeah, as soon as it has like that blocked content, you know, you want to click that shit.
Yeah, or like on Facebook, you gotta click on it to reveal the graphic content. You're like, oh, what's under this like fucking this button? I gotta click it.
And
I
the
gotta
more
see
you
it.
click that, the more they track that you click that shit, and the more they send it that your way. You little freak. No, I get it. And that's what was my question to you is like, you know, a lot of people want to see it because it's intriguing, it's informative, but it's also like maybe it was like the mantra of their life and they want to see how someone else came upon it and survived it and or didn't survive it. But it also just perpetuates their own trauma in a way. And I just wonder, like, why is it such a stigma, and why don't we talk about it more blatantly? And
well, I think it's good.
You know, the Me Too movement and a lot of the other things that have been going around the world have become, you know, a greater segue into all this. But now what? What next? Where do you go from there?
There'll be something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a matter of, again, transparency. Just people nowadays, we're more inclined to express what we really feel, like, you know, not sweep things under the carpet or under the rug. You know, when I was growing up as a kid, I was always told to suck it up and kind of like suppress my feelings and suppress what's really happening in my life and not talk to anyone about it. You know, and again, like I learned that there was a part of my life I had to get on like depression medication and like all these other like, you know, medications because I was never able to express like what was really happening in my life. I just had like just push my emotions deeper and deeper down, you know. But I feel that with all this stuff, the Me Too movement, the stuff with like, you know, the Michael Jackson fiasco and all this stuff, it's just being able to talk about this stuff that's been happening forever and bring it to the light and be like, hey, look, this is stuff that's happening. Like, now how we're going to deal with it as a society, you know? And
what I find is frustrating is, and I'm hearing you on that, and that's what's so unfortunate about being a male in this misogynistic atmosphere that we live in, is you're mansplained on anything that is negative or not. You're emasculated, and anything that's going on with your life is not suck it up buttercup bullshit. And that's what's so frustrating. But where do we go from here? Like, everyone can tell you what not to do, but who's telling you what the fuck to do? And that's my issue.
See, that's what I'm
Nobody
thinking. The
tells
media
you
plays
where
a
to
big
go
part
with
in
your
all of
life
it.
and what to do.
I-
But even the perpetrators, okay, tell them what not to do. Don't fuck children. Don't do A, B, and C. But what do they do then? Some of them can't help how their mind works because someone else messed with them. But what then? Are they castrated chemically? Are they what? You just wait till they murder enough people? Like, mess with enough people? Lose their fucking mind? Where is our structure? And that's where the psych hospital was frustrating to me, because a lot of this demographic, 70% of them were in the prison by the time they aged out of 18. So they were in the system from 13 years old. They're institutionalized. They're completely just waiving the system. They're completely given medication, clothing, everything until they're 18, and then they don't know what to do with their life. And then they're non-medicated. They have psychological issues. They have sociological issues. They are molested. They have been messed with their whole entire fucking lives, taken advantage of and exploited, and then sat on a curb and said, good luck. Yes, the 70% are in the prison system because they didn't know what to do afterwards. They're then homeless. They're then drug addicts. They're then doing criminal acts. They're then doing other things to other people sexually because they don't know what is right and what is wrong because nobody told them.
It's fucked up.
I think that's the hard part too, because the truth is that, like, whenever when we come into this world, we don't have a right or wrong way to approach life, you know, and we don't know what the right thing to do for our life is. We don't know what the wrong thing to do with the life is. And even if you were to tell someone, I mean, I don't think you need to tell someone, like, don't rape anyone when you grow up, you know, that's wrong. I mean, a lot of times, I mean, I understand that it's almost like one of those ideas that we've come to a place in society that, like, if you're gonna go commit an act that is against the laws, you already know better. You know, it's not like you can't just be like, oh, I never learned this. Like, if you're taking illicit drugs, if you're doing coke, if you're doing heroin, if you're doing something like that, you're going out and seeking it. Like, you can tell someone, like, it's illegal, but if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it whether or not you want
what
to.
What about
or not.
the demographic that were doing it because they were self-medicating? It's not that they were like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, do heroin or snort cocaine or abuse alcohol or what have you because I'm a fucked up person. It's because they couldn't attach to their inner issues, and they were self-medicating in another way because nobody else could hear them, or they didn't feel like they were being heard in itself.
Yeah, and I think it's a personal journey. You know, it's like coming to a self-awareness of understanding within yourself, like, what really is going to get us to solve that inner issue, that internal hole that we have, that we're trying to fill with sex, or we're trying to fill with drugs, or we're trying to fill with food, we're trying to fill with social media, whatever we're trying to fill it with. You know, like, it's a personal journey to some extent too. You know, it does help to have good influences around us, but
you know, honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad that I was raised by my grandparents, because they were such a positive influence in my life, and they're damn good people. They really, really are. And not only that, but they're firm and they're fair and they're strict with what they say. Like
I'm a little biased, Chris.
Why are you biased?
how so?
Because we's fam. Okay?
Oh, you guys are family?
Yeah, that's
I
my
didn't
cousin.
even know.
That's why we say, "What's up, cuz?" That's my cousin. I mean, my mom and my dad, they're good people. Like, they're kind and caring, like, about other people. Like, they're a perfect example.
But they're also figure it out yourself, and then come to me when you want to have questions. That's what I love about them as well. They're not just like, let me show you everything, let me do everything for you. They're figure it out, and let's talk about this.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And it pisses me off, but it's like, okay, yeah, I learned that lesson.
Because, you know, Chris, if they had just told you, you'd have been like, fuck off.
I'm like,
gotta
oh,
learn it
okay,
for
well, I
yourself.
guess I'll do that. I
Yeah.
guess I will do that.
Yeah.
They said this would happen, and it didn't happen that way. Well, you got to figure it out yourself. But
Yeah,
I mean, the
you
only thing I
gotta
can
know.
say that I do question them on is, like, because I don't go to them on life questions, because I know they'll make me figure it out myself, just like my other spiritual friend does. But the only thing I do ask them about is, like, for, like, financial advice or work advice. Like, I talked to Larry, my dad, about, like, like work shit, like working on vehicles, because he's got experience in that, or something that him and I can both understand together and relate on. But when it comes to
So,
like,
Chris, sorry, go ahead.
but it's like on life advice, I can't really ask them that because they really just they can't tell me what to do and what to not do. Like when it comes to like looking for a job, whether to do it or don't do it, they'll tell me, well, that's a decision you got to make yourself.
Right. So what's your takeaway from all that? Where are you going to take it in this world? What does anyone take away from anything good or bad that they've learned? I mean, things have happened to me in my life, and I don't sit here, well, now I don't sit here and blame this, that, or the other. I am now stronger for the bad and the good that I experienced. I don't know who I'd become if I didn't experience the bad. And I relish in the fact that it molded me and formed me into who I am. Chris, you wouldn't be who you were if it weren't for all those things, all those trials and tribulations, the fucked up shit that created and molded all of us as a whole. Like, we are who we are because of it. And I don't discredit, like, who knows what little piece of shit I would have been if I had just had things catered to and given to and guided through and
like everything fed to you like on a golden spoon with diamonds and platinum and shit.
Yes, I scratched and crawled and cried my way through it, and I don't regret it I regretted it then, but I don't regret it now. And you don't either, and I know you don't, but that's the thing. Like, where do you take your journey, and how do you help others? Same thing for the other two beside Chris. Like, where are you going with this? You have this fucking show. You have this outlet to guide and help others when they have a negative thought or a positive thought to either foster or diminish it. Like, where do you go from here? What are you doing? What is the whole purpose?
Well, one thing we do is
for having this.
Well, one thing, I don't know if you tuned into our Veterans Day special, but we did a Veterans Day special and we talked about the suicide hotline and talked about how don't try to keep it to just yourself, because there's multiple people out there who understand what you're going through mentally and know what it's like to be in that situation, because there's many people who've been in that situation that you think you're going through that you can't get out of. Like, don't let that be your own shelter spot. Like, let that be what opens up your eyes in your life and reach for help, because if you don't get help, next thing you know, everybody's gonna be sad because you're gone and you're not gonna be able to see what life has given you. Like me, I almost got to that point in my life, but instead it just didn't work out that way. And for me, what I give thanks to is my higher power, because the fact is, if I had gone through what I had tried to go through, I wouldn't have the Bennett Scout Show. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have my job. I wouldn't have anything. So I'm very grateful for the life that I have, because I reached out for help. I mean, it didn't happen right away, but I eventually did reach out for help because things didn't happen the way I was hoping it would happen.
And here you are. And what are you going to do about it? I'm not saying that as a literal question, but, like, don't talk about it. And it's such a proud thing to call you family and to hear you and to be able to call in and talk to you, all three of you, and be heard and have this be such an open forum of tough subjects. Things that are taboo, faux pas, all those things, and really be able to be heard and be listened to as a female, first of all, as family, second of all, and third, I think you all generationally are less to do about machismo men and more to do about what can you do about it, let's talk about it, let's have an open forum, and that's a big thing to say for society to this day.
Well, I do want to say that I appreciate you calling in, because, I mean, it varies on shows. You know, sometimes we get some callers, sometimes we don't get callers, but then we get callers like yourself who have, like, really deep, in-depth, where we're talking on a more, like, intimate, personal level about, like, really what's happening again in our own personal experiences and our human experiences and our societal experiences. And then, like you said, like, I appreciate that you have gratitude for what we're doing here, because we're always open to hear what our fans, or just say our viewers, or what's really going on in your mind. Because at the end of the day, we're just three guys up here, you know, just fucking shooting the shit, just talking. But like whenever we can actually add value,
Shooting the shit.
yeah, whenever we can actually
Three wild and crazy guys.
Wild and crazy guys.
But if like we can stop whatever the fuck we're gonna talk about, because we just have like we just talk about whatever's happening if we have no one that calls in. But if we can stop everything,
we talk about whatever's current, unless it's politics and religion, because that shit is too fucking negative and makes too many problems.
Yeah,
sports.
But if we can talk, we can take time out of our day to actually talk about something that's really serious like this, like a really good in-depth personal like conversation. I'll stop everything else that we're talking about on the podcast and talk about something like this, because that's what's more important to me.
Exactly. It's all fun and games until you have somebody who really wants to talk real shit. And that's what's so funny is so many people are like, hey, how's your day? And you're like, well, I wanted to kill myself. Oh, next thing, let's talk about something else. Moving on. But that's not what this show is, and that's why I appreciate it. I try to chime in anytime that you guys are playing. I don't want to take up all the space, so if someone else is calling, please do take that. But if you guys want to ask any questions of me, because I know I'm sitting here berating all of y'all, but I'm literally just poking the bear on where you guys are emotionally, not spiritually, but like spirit's a different facet other than Christianity or, you know, religion. It's deeper than that, so you can delve in a little further if you want.
You know, that would actually be a great topic we can talk about, maybe like in another podcast, about like, you know, the idea of like spirituality, the idea of like, you know,
I would like to talk about that at some point.
Maybe not like religion specifically, like one religion.
I don't want to do religious spirituality.
Not religion. Just like, okay, the higher belief in something else, that good comes to good, bad comes to bad, or
basically karma.
I think it kind of like
karma.
Yeah, karma. Like, you know what? But what motivates us to go through the day? Every day we wake up and go to work, and we wake up and we take care of our kids. We wake up and we, you know, do the same old agenda day to day to day to day. What's really happening above like the subsurface, superficial like interactions that we have on a daily, you know, a daily rendering? Like what's really driving us to keep on going in this life that we only, I mean, in 100 years, right. I'm not going to be here, you know, none of us are going to be here in 100 years, you know, so the limited time that we have in this world.
What did you do about it when you were here, bro?
Exactly. What's our real purpose? What's our real goal? Like what's our real motivation of like, why are we chugging on day to day to day in our lives, you know? What keeps us going? And I mean, those are like the kind of conversations I really am fascinated by, but also help me out. And I feel like even this conversation, what you're saying right now, you're helping a lot of people right now who are tuning in. We have like some of the most viewers that we've had like throughout the show. Like whenever we have really deep conversations like this, we get more viewers because it's talking about something that we all truly maybe, you know, talk about.
I've noticed there's three types of humans. There's this, hypothetically, there's the sheep that are like, chewing on the grass. They mean well. They're just doing their own jam, and they stray from the path. You know, there's those peeps. And then there's another aspect of the peeps that are just like bulls in a pen, and they're just ramming the gate, and they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They know it's wrong. They're just gonna bash. But then there's another facet of human that is the most dangerous to themselves and others, and those are the wolves. So in Alaska, the way they hunt wolves, I'm just saying in general, is they dig a hole in the ice and they put razors in there and blood. And so the wolves come up, no one's looking. They're going to lap up the blood because they think they're fine. They think no harm, no foul. And as they lap up the blood, they, you know, lacerate their tongue. And as they lacerate their tongue so much, they're bleeding and licking up their own blood, and they end up dying. So there's three facets of people. The ones that, like, unwillingly stray from the path of social norms. And there's the ones who don't give a fuck and do it anyway and have no guidance. And they're the worst ones, who think no one's looking and no one understands and no one's giving them any mind and doing the most damage to themselves and others. And those are the ones who do the worst to themselves.
Yeah.
And
I see that. I definitely agree.
Yeah. All right, cuz.
And
I love you. I do. I want you to know I love you very much.
I love you. I know I'm chattering. My bad.
But we're going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to try to see if we can bring in one more topic up for tonight. But thank you so much for calling in and giving us all the information, giving us your words of wisdom and of hope.
I do want to give you like any last like thoughts though before you do get off the phone. Is there any like last things that you want to say? Get off your mind before we jump on like another call.
What's the next thing?
I don't know exactly.
But get off the phone, lady.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next. I'm trying to come up with it right now.
Well,
actually, you know what? Yeah, I do know what I want to talk about. That shooting that happened in New Zealand. I want to talk about that.
Oh man, that hit me deep. But for what it's worth, happy belated birthday, and I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of all three of you. I don't know you, but I know the guy in the middle, and I'm so glad that you guys facilitate a positive thing within him, and he probably facilitates a positive thing within you all. So thank you. I care
Definitely.
about you. And good night. Keep fighting the good fight, and I'll keep listening.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Awesome. Thanks, Kat. Love you,
appreciate
cuz.
Kat.
Bye.
You have an amazing
Bye-bye.
night. You take
Bye.
care.
And go Broncos.
Go Bills.
Fuck the Bills. All right. So next up, we're going to talk about New Zealand. But before we go any further, here's I'm Beaming by Lupe Fiasco, Chopped and Screwed. So next up, we're going to talk about the shooting at the mosque in New Zealand. Such a fucking terrible thing to hear about.
I like that idea that
Yeah? What's the idea?
Sarah brought up a good point, a good idea.
I know it's hard sometimes, but it feels so much better when you focus on the light. That is
Exactly.
true.
The
He's
positive.
talking about making like a gratitude list of all the things that we're thankful for.
I'm thankful for dancing.
Yeah, me too. And I know when things seem dark and grim, it's hard to focus on the positive things in life, like what's bright, what's the bright spots of your life, or it's just a hard thing to handle sometimes.
Well, that's why I do the podcast, because it brings me
Yeah.
together, like, with a couple of friends, good friends, and we sometimes we just shoot the shit, we just talk about whatever. But the truth is, it's the camaraderie.
That's right.
Yeah,
You know?
what's crazy is like I suffered through a lot of fucking hard trials at work, like not like fucking physically or with everybody else at work, but it's like the fucking mental torture I put myself through, like throughout the fucking day, throughout the whole week, for fucking 6 days straight. I put myself through fucking mental torture, and when I come on and do the show, it's like all that torture just dissipates for like a whole 2 hours. That way I can focus on some positive shit, hanging with my boys, having fun, and entertaining all y'all's ear holes and eyeballs.
That's right.
Like it's like this to me. This is a privilege for me to do this. Like I love doing the Ben and Scout show. Like when I'm not at home, or when I'm at home and I'm not fucking around on Netflix or with somebody. Like and I'm talking to my homies like through our conference calls. I'm talking Ben and Scout show. Like I'm trying to like right now I'm working on getting us T-shirts fucking made and some stickers too. Like I found a partner who's possibly talking about making us like fucking vinyl decals for our cars. I mean,
That
other
sounds
than a
badass.
Scout show.
That
So
does
I mean,
sound
it's an idea in the works. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
I got a T-shirt guy.
Yeah, and Junkie's got a T-shirt guy, and Ben's the guy who's designing it all. So I mean, fuck, dude, we got a whole line going. And
Dude, this beat's got me going.
yeah, like fucking like this whole show, like honestly, has really changed my life, my outlook on life. Like it gets me into the point of wanting to reach fucking shit that's going on right now. What's hot topics? What's not? Like what can I do to help spread the awareness in the world that that people need fucking help.
Yeah.
Like, people need some positive energy in their life. They need to fucking laugh. Like, comedy is the best medicine. It really is. And it's
Damn
proven.
right.
Like, and when we get a chance to be funny and goofy and be ourselves, that's when life becomes real and it becomes fun and positive.
This is a sick ass beat.
I know. You should hear the original. It's so fucking dope.
I kind of want to like download this song like as we speak.
This song is called Lupe Fiasco
Welcome to
on
the show,
Beaming.
Nicky
On
Ray.
But this is Chopped and Screwed.
This song is dedicated to you, Nicky Ray.
I can't stop
She's
dancing.
beaming.
Yeah, but like honestly, it's kind of cool because like how we even started the show was because we were having a game night here at one of our friends' house. You know?
That's true. And before that, it was the Conor McGregor and Khabib fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just really this happened because of camaraderie, having good people around you, good influences around you, and it happened kind of almost like by accident. But like now we've formed a purpose around it. You know, again, like when it comes down to it, I want the best for everyone. You know, and again, what I think is the best for everyone may not be what everyone needs. You know, so I'm always open to like find your own personal way in life as well, and like I want to be supportive of whatever direction you want to go at the same time. You know, like I don't have life figured out. You know, there's only some
neither do
suggestions
I.
I can like give. You know, that's worked for me, but I'm not saying take it to heart and like live your life by how I lived my life. But you know, if it works for you, then awesome. If it doesn't, do what's best for yourself.
Dude, agreed. Yes, man. It's like once we like for me, like I live my life going through all that mental torture like my whole fucking life. Like I always thought myself as never being good enough, or I was always I was always the outcast. Like I never fit in with the groups and the cliques and shit. Like I wanted to hang out with Becky and her friends, but I just didn't fit in with them.
On Becky?
Yeah. What? Oh, no, come on, man. Trying to be positive here, yo.
And Uncle Jesse.
So, but anyway,
DJ.
so like I always wanted to fit in with the crowd that didn't really accept me, Like I was always the weird kid at school. Like I was that kid that was like always high on drugs that nobody really wants to be around because they were like, dude, this guy's fucking weird. Like fuck this guy, he's always high. Like that was me.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, when I stopped drinking and shit, like my life took a drastic change for the better. And I gained friends who are from all walks of life that actually like me, and they fucking hit me up like Sports Junkie. Like me and him were in high school, we would have never hanged out.
I would not have liked.
Once.
I would have not liked him too much.
He would have hated me. Me and Ben, we probably might have hung out maybe once or twice. Me and the manager probably would never have hung out because I'd been too shy to say hi. Let's just be honest.
What a chicken.
But I can honestly say though, I'm glad I got sober and that my life has made a drastic turn for the better, and that I've gone through those hardships in life because it made me the better person that I am today. And I can't honestly say that doing this show has made me a better person too.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like
second
before I used to connect to people because of like all the bad things. I connect to people through our pain, through our tribulations and everything. And like now I get to connect to people through like how good life can be. Like, seeing like the good aspects of like getting past like all my trauma and like all the like negative self-talk and all that stuff. I get to talk to someone else who's on a better path for themselves as well. Like, we're all working on ourselves and we all understand how it feels to come from the lowest lows and start experiencing some of the better highs. And then we get to experience that light together. We get to experience that like, camaraderie together. And that's like better than any other relationship I've ever had before in the past, not connecting based off of our pains, but getting to connect based off our love for like each other, a love for like other people, and our desire just to keep on getting better and being better people.
Agreed. What about you, Sheldon? What you got to say?
Because I'm happy.
Because you're happy. I'm playing Pharrell's "Happy" by Chop and Screw style.
Same thing. Kathleen mentioned it earlier. We had to go through what we went through in order to grow. And, I'm the happy-go-lucky guy I am today because of all that, Of course, it's like you said, making changes in my life and going forward, just try to be the best guy I can be every day. But like you said, if we can bring out some good and some laughter in our audience and have fun with them, then what are we doing on a Friday night that's hurting anybody? Not a damn thing, right? We're just three crazy guys. Just hanging out, shooting the shit, and then, possibly saving lives. We don't know. Mm-hmm. But you know what? People say, hey, we enjoy watching y'all. And, you know, I was a guest, and I feel like y'all have welcomed me in to be, like, part of the team.
No, definitely, man.
I've been on every week, so apparently,
It's true.
you know, I was just a guest because Scout didn't know what the hell he was talking about in sports, and you needed a
I had
you
no
needed a
fucking
sports
clue.
junkie.
I had no fucking clue what I was talking about. It was terrible.
Yeah, Justin, that was happy, but chopped and screwed.
Yes, it was. We're playing all these chopped and screw songs because they're not fucking copyrighted. It's all
I've
created
never
by a
heard of this
DJ.
before, but I'm like a dancing machine. I don't ever dance.
Well, I know, like
That means I'm happy.
throughout the week, I'll listen to podcasts, a lot of podcasts, because it kind of like gives me a sense of inspiration. It gives me a sense to kind of get out of my own head for a little bit and start going into someone else's, like, you know, a reality, someone else's like life or something, and it does help me out. So again, like, I don't know who we're able to touch or who like listens to the show and is like, hey, you know what, this is actually a pretty cool show.
Or just maybe someone's like wallowing in depression right now, and it's like, hey, for a couple hours they listen to us and they have fun and we bullshit and
Yeah,
we
just get out of themselves.
yeah, we just joke around and stuff.
Because that's ultimately, I mean, we have serious talks. Of course, we have many serious talks on the show, but at the same time, like, a lot of it's just to kind of like stop thinking about what, like, I forget about all my problems, all my life problems that are happening. Every like the other, how many hours there are in a week besides these 2 hours that we do the show? Like, I'm in my own head sometimes, you know, most of the week. So I get out of it, and I'm here where I'm at right now. This is all that matters. I'm in the moment. You know, I'm not in the future. I'm not in the past. I'm here in the moment, and that's just like one of the best feelings to have.
Yo, you know what? Honestly, I'm just loving that I'm getting a chance to DJ for y'all and just play some music that I won't get in trouble for because it's all fucking written by other people.
And you got me dancing.
Yeah, and I got Junkie dancing. He's actually awake now.
I did fall asleep.
By the way, we ate so fucking heavily before we showed up. Like, it was nuts.
Where'd you guys go eat?
Hashtag Rudy's.
Hashtag Rudy's barbecue.
Oh, that good old Rudy's, huh?
Dude, pork ribs.
I forgot about this song.
We
I haven't heard
just
it.
Have fun. We don't care who sees. So what? We go out. That's who it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
So who's young, who's wild, and who's free?
Oh, I'm young. Oh wait, no, Ben's
Ben's
young.
young.
I'm wild.
I'm
and
free.
you're free.
All right.
Oh, so we got a name for the kitten.
Is it
It's
Goose?
official. We got an official name
Flurkin?
for the kitten. Maybe we should call the manager and ask the manager.
Maybe.
Where's the manager at, anyways?
So,
Dude, what are you talking about? She's staring right at you.
we just have.
Oh,
She is fucking livid from earlier show. From the
Yeah.
show from earlier. She's so fucking pissed. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. Yeah.
We should bring the manager on.
That's some good shit.
We had her on last week. See, okay, so I'm free.
All
You're
right.
wild. I'm free. He's young.
I'll be wild.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna play one more for us before we go. Ooh, that's never mind. I'm gonna play another one before.
Where's
the last one.
regulators?
We'll play that one next.
Oh, dude.
This is a-
Regulators.
this is a good one.
Mount up.
Treasure, you're the one I want.
Oh, my God. Did
The manager showed me the Aladdin, the new Aladdin's coming out.
Dude, it looks good actually.
It
I wanna
actually
see
looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a movie I would want to watch. Disney stepping up their game.
Fine, so
I'm not
fine.
crazy about this one.
What other movies do we have?
It's
coming
totally
out?
fucking made by fucking DJ Screw.
That one's lame.
Okay, so regulators, chop and screw. Is that what you're doing?
Regulators.
Mount up.
Regulate.
Regulators.
Nate Dogg and Warren G had to
Regulate, chopped and screwed. Let's see.
Oh, hell yeah.
Screwed and chopped, yo. We're taking this shit fucking H-Town style, yo.
This is gonna
Man,
be
it was
awesome.
cold this morning. I woke up and I walked outside and I was like,
Ben, shut up for a minute.
It was cold though.
Just enjoy this shit right here.
Look at that dank old purple sea right there. That perp. That good old codeine sea.
Mount up.
Just hit the east side on the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. 213 east side on the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Now full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. Cause there's no what's up with 213. So I took some left on 21 in Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice, so I said, let's do this. I jumped out the rock and said,
All right.
what's up? Some brothers pulled some gas, so I said, girls, PPD, I'm gonna ride and swerve. You hookers looking so hard, they straight hit the curve. Want to bigger, better things and some horny tricks. I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix. I'm getting jacked, I'm taking my sack. I can't believe they taking Warren's. Well, they took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the homie, said, damn, what's next? They got my homie hemmed up and they all around.
I got one.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard this song in a while. A good minute.
All right, I got another good one for us.
I like the fact that you brought your iPad today. It looks nice.
Fly, let me contemplate.
All right.
And I see my homie Nate.
I just had one that I had to fill because Sarah commented, and for some reason, this is what popped in my head, chopped and screwed style. It's fucking kind of cool.
The good old Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, Ghetto Boys.
Out of H-Town.
H-Town.
I haven't been to Houston in a good minute.
No, neither have I, man. It's been a long ass time.
My brother lives out there now. I still haven't even been out there to visit him. He's been out there about 3 years now. I mean, he comes out here. I see him here in San Antonio, but I haven't gone out there to meet him. We appreciate that, Sarah. You're always welcome here. We're always able to give a little bit of San Antonio love out to the viewers. Bring you guys back home.
Watch that. Look at that. We got more viewers now that are playing music. We're back to 9.
That good old music,
from
baby.
4. Love how that works. So glad my mother's not listening. My mom's not listening to this.
Mine too. Blue is though. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. I love you, Blue.
Boy, Blue.
All right, I'm gonna chop it up.
So what is this cat's name?
Cat? What cat?
This kitty cat.
Oh,
the
the kitty cat that we got. Yeah.
We had like half a show on last week, you know.
So if you guys haven't seen the tail end of the last show, we talked about this kitten that we picked up outside of Walmart. It was asking for change. It had a little, cold like sweater on. It had a little.
Did it have a sign that says "stripper stole my damn beer money, or my damn weed money"? Help me out.
No,
The cat had a sign on it.
Yeah, man.
The cat.
The cat.
Help
Like
a
he had
ninja
a-
out.
He had a sign around his neck.
Got a sign around his neck. He's
Oh my
like,
God.
I need someone to love me.
Please
forever.
take care of me.
Take care of me. No, actually, some girl had a cat, and the cat had kittens, and she had a couple kittens in like a diaper box, and she was giving
Damn.
them out, and there's 3 of them, so she just had a sign that said "free kittens," and one of the cats out there was a kitten that we showed last week. So if you haven't seen it, you go ahead and check out last week's show. You'll be able to see it. And we're looking for a name because we hadn't been able to name it. She had called the cat Peaches because she thought it was a girl, but it ends up being a guy. So we
Should have
had to
named
come
it
up with a boy
Goose.
name. Goose. Yes,
or
we had
Flurkin.
a lot of good names that people were coming up with.
Elvis. Or Duck. Duck was my favorite.
I call him Kibbles. I still call him Kibbles. Like
Who
here
was
and
it?
there.
The name Duck was that?
that was
Lexi?
Tiffany's little kid, Lexi.
Duck.
Name him
Hey,
Duck.
Duck.
I love it. I
No,
love
but
it.
so the official name of the
Drum
kitten. Drum
Is-
roll. The official name for the new kitten is Jack.
Damn, you know what that reminds me of?
What's it remind you of?
This jam.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I love the song.
Oh, shit.
Sounds like Jack's got a new entrance song.
Anytime Jack comes in.
Gotta save that to your computer every time Jack comes in.
Damn it. 2, 3 into the fold. 2, 3. Dog and Dr. Dre is at the door. 3 into the fold. Doggy Dog and Dr. JD is at the door. Dr. Kitty's at the door.
You know I'm about to rip shit up.
No, but seriously though, in all reality though, that is a dope name, Jack. I get it.
Well, you saw him yesterday. You saw him last week. He was there up there, like on your shoulder and on your head.
Like a parrot.
He's literally
Like a parrot.
lemur.
sitting on your head.
So that's where we got the name from. If you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, the little monkey that they have sits on a Barbossa's shoulder.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Captain
Barbossa.
Captain
We named the
Barbossa.
monkey Jack. So we pretty much named him after that fact that he just likes to sit on shoulders.
He likes to perch on
heads.
people's shoulders and heads.
Yeah,
Or
so
heads and shoulders.
heads and shoulders,
Knees and toes.
knees and toes, knees and toes.
Knees and toes.
Knees and toes. Knees
Head,
and toes.
shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes,
Ready?
knees and toes.
Do it.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes.
What was one of your favorite board games as a kid?
Oh, I know.
It was it was Trouble.
Trouble? I never really played Trouble. The one- that's-
You're in trouble.
That's the one where you click the little thing and it
Yeah, the pop
Right.
button.
little pop button.
How about Mousetrap?
Oh, that
Oh,
was
That
a
was a
good
fun.
one.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that one was cool. I liked.
My sister had that, and I always liked to play it, but it was so hard to set up when you were a little kid.
This is not necessarily a board game, but I liked Battleship.
Oh, I
was
love
cool.
Battleship.
Battleship was cool.
Battleship was cool.
And Checkers.
Boy, I got shot.
This is my shit. We play this every day when it's Friday. Or we play it all the time when it's Friday at work.
Heads ringing.
The manager's girl would have like their board games, and I saw the board game Operation was like out there.
Dude, that
That's a
game was
fun
the
one.
shit.
Yeah, Operation.
That was a cool one.
Ding, 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 dong. Keep the heads ringing.
Oh, sit.
You know, another good one was
Better get up
um,
out of your chair.
fuck,
Body now.
I forgot what it was
No
called.
time to fuck around.
Yeah.
What does it do, or what was in the board game about?
Candyland.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Candyland was awesome.
I never got to play it.
Do you remember the game of Life?
Or Life? I never got to play that one either.
Where you had to like get married and have kids and
Is
get
that
a
what you did?
job.
I also remember the one Guess Who.
That sounds familiar. Guess who?
Yeah, the one where he had all the faces. Yeah, and does he have hair that's black?
No, I never got to play that one. I don't think.
Oh man, that's a good one.
I played a lot of Monopoly.
Yeah, I remember I used to have
Probably clear
Star Wars
shit.
Monopoly.
Star Wars Monopoly. I remember that one.
I had Star Wars Monopoly on the computer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, old school.
I remember one of the first like computer games we played was Worms Armageddon.
Yeah.
For the PC.
Yeah.
I love that one.
What about Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail.
I think y'all are too young for that one.
No, I don't remember Oregon Trail.
It was on like the
Oregon Trail.
like the Mac. No, not the Mac. What the hell are they? It was like the oldest PCs around.
Oh man.
Like I know we had a Radio Shack Tandy 1000.
Tandy
That bitch was-
1000.
Tandy 1000.
You guys got like the Herbert the pervert voice
Oh yes.
all of a sudden.
Tandy 1000. I got some candy over here.
Was that the game was about? Taking candy.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry or Life. That's a good one.
What kind of card games do y'all play?
Blackjack or strip poker?
Man, I haven't really played too many card games recently, but
Ever played euchre or spades?
spades?
euchre or spades.
I played King's Corners and spades.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, you know what? I had Pokemon Monopoly as well. Justin, just remind me. I had that one too.
Pokepoly.
That's because you were really gay.
I used to play Pokemon cards though.
Yeah, I
back in
did
the day.
too. I used to collect them.
I played Magic the Gathering for a little bit too.
That's
I did too.
That's how I know you were really gay.
And then there was that other one where you had like the little pieces that move around. What was that? Can't think of it right now.
This song sounds so much better chopped and
Did you have
screwed.
Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
dude,
that.
those are crazy.
There was one called Well Done, Shell Done.
Well done, Sheldon.
And it was like a steak that was
D&D.
overcooked.
I mean D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
That's how I know you're gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. They would have like tournaments at one of the local card shops. And the nerdest of the nerds would gather around at these tournaments.
My gosh, yes.
Sports Junkie was not present.
You know, like glasses and long hair, ponytail, big dudes wearing shorts.
Welcome to the show,
They would
Chris
have
Martin.
like a shirt that would kind of like, you know, you can see their belly kind of hanging out a little bit.
Yeah, when I was in my first school in the Navy, we had like these separate rooms where like the D&D guys and Magic the Gathering and
Yeah.
Show you a few things. Show you a few things.
So you guys would play back in the Navy, or there would be rooms that
yeah,
people
they would have like actual rooms that played like D&D, and they'd be up all night playing D&D and Magic and all that crap. Why Sports Junkies out there playing football? Sorry.
That's funny.
No offense. Hopefully,
Shit.
none taken.
I would hope so. Being a sports junkie and all.
Right? I got to play football.
Shit.
Chris Martin, what you think about stealing Beasley from the Cowboys?
What you think about that, Chris?
What you think, buddy? We got Beasley.
What the fuck?
We got Brown
Dominion.
We got-
What's-
yeah, we got
what's
Brown.
Dominion?
sitting in front of the orange. Oh yeah, that's true. Orange is behind me for Syracuse. I like that. I'm sure they didn't plan that, but
What the fuck?
card game. What kind of card game? I own it.
Yu-Gi-Oh. I never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Me neither. Duelist champ. Hey, what is Dirty Hearts? I saw that earlier. What the hell is Dirty Hearts? How you play that, Justin? Dominion.
What the
Card
fuck?
game. Word up. Glad
The
to
Windows
have-
player's not playing. That's weird.
Word up. Glad to have the little white wrap. Oh, Beasley. Yeah, I guess he's got a recording contract or something going on.
What? He's
Yeah.
a singer? Like he does
Oh, yeah.
rapping?
But did you see how he was dressed when he came to Buffalo? I was like, oh my God, he probably trying to go inconspicuous, but he looked like I don't know, Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But you know what's funny? Fans brought chicken wings to the players that were free agents that flew into Buffalo. They found out what flight they were on, and
Yeah.
they had chicken wings waiting for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to get to the bottom of this. Buffalo wings, right?
Correct.
Buffalo chicken wings. Like,
Correct.
so are there chicken wings in Buffalo better?
Absolutely.
How so?
They were born and raised in the Anchor Bar. Like that was where they
Anchor
came
Bar.
from. Yeah.
Okay.
If you look up the Anchor Bar, that was the original home of the Buffalo Wing.
No
Oh, really?
shit.
Yeah, in Buffalo, New York.
I didn't know that.
Have you been there?
I have been there.
Really? Which wings did you have when you were there? Do you remember?
Oh, just mild.
Mm.
But
Keeping it
my boy
original.
Chris, who's on right now, see, that was the thing about Buffalonians, man. They don't do ranch. They only use blue cheese.
I love blue
Wings.
cheese.
And I love blue cheese as well.
Interesting.
You know, I was always kind of
So-
like skidded out by like blue cheese for a long time, but then I had it maybe like a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. What have I been tripping out my whole life?
You're like, it's moldy cheese.
Yeah.
Spades, Kathleen, come to San Antonio. We'll drop down some spades.
Probably in Christmas.
All right. We'll drop down some spades. So I want to see from the audience.
No ranch allowed.
Yeah, I want to see from the audience. Chicken wings, do you use ranch or blue cheese? Let's see.
Ranch.
Hashtag ranch or blue cheese.
Hashtag ranch. Hashtag blue cheese.
Let's
Which it
see.
be?
Because Junkie's going to join in on this one.
Okay, so would it be fries or onion rings?
Tater tots.
Ooh.
Tater tots. Oh, shit. So tater tots is the thing.
Fuck yeah.
Just regular tater tots, or do you put like cheese on them, or like chili or some shit, like chili cheese tots?
Just ketchup, man.
Just ketchup.
Yep.
Nice. So like the
Chris,
wings,
what you think of Frank Gore coming to Buffalo? Since we have this forum,
are the wings like crispier or like
yes,
tastier? Or?
Yes, you can get them. Trying to remember how Chris orders them. I think he orders them like naked or something, so that
Okay.
yeah, they
Get it really crispy.
really crispy.
Because that makes me think of like Philly cheesesteaks. I never had like a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, dude.
Like, I'm afraid to have one like here in Texas and be like, oh, it's kind of like trying to order like Tex-Mex food,
Yeah.
and then like it's a hit or miss sometimes, But like authentic, if you get authentic Mexican food or Tex-Mex food, it's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
So I've never been to Philly to have an actual Philly cheesesteak, like from Geno's or Pat's.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. My I have family. My stepsister lives there, and so I need to go out there and check that out.
I had authentic Chicago pizza whenever I was out there in Chicago. That was actually really good,
Yeah.
You hear about
Chicago deep dish or New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago deep dish, and then this next thing I want to try out, like go to New York.
New
and do
York's
that.
pizza's pretty damn good.
I think hot dogs too in Chicago are, like Chicago dogs. So I had a Chicago dog. That was fucking good. So that's the next thing I would want to. That's the one thing I want to try: buffalo chicken wings and Philadelphia cheesesteaks.
Well, I'll have to take you to the Anchor Bar here because they're very similar to what you would
Wait,
find
they
in
have one
Buffalo.
here?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 1604 in Military.
Oh,
It's a Bill's Backers restaurant bar. And on Saturday, they back Notre Dame. So they'd be like
Oh, really?
tons of Notre Dame fans on Saturday,
Oh.
tons of Bills fans on Sunday. Here in
That's
San
great.
Antonio.
That's actually pretty cool.
All right, guys. Well, it is 10:22.
It's about that time.
It is about that time. Anybody want to give some any final words before we close this bitch out?
Let's see. Nope, I'm
Blue
good.
cheese, ranch,
Ben?
vinegar like on chicken wings.
He's saying vinegar on, I think, garbage plate tops. Or maybe chicken wings.
Portillos
Chris, please specify where you're putting vinegar.
Vienna beef dog
in his butt.
Portillos.
Is it like a douche for
Oh,
your
gosh.
tater tots?
Ben, any final words for the show?
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Again, guys, we can't make the show possible without you. So
No, we cannot.
the fact that you guys tune in and you spare time, your valuable time, out of your life to tune into this, whether it helps you or not, I'm greatly appreciative. Especially people who commented, people who called in. So
Tots and fries, he says.
I'm really appreciative of the fact that you guys are tuning in, that you make this possible for me, Scout, and Sheldon here.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. This was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right, and I guess I'll give my final words. Just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for letting us do this and let us entertain your ear holes and your eyeballs. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes. It was great. It was actually a really fun day, and it's going to be a fun weekend as well.
Hitting sticks with balls.
Hitting sticks with balls. Make sure
Hitting
if
balls
you
with
take
sticks.
anything from the show, I want you to take away this. Make sure you love everybody. Love everybody.
ELE. Like my
Yo.
boy. Like my boy Jackie Moon.
Fuck.
ELE.
ELE. Everybody love everybody. Straight up. Make sure you give love to everyone out there. Make sure if you see somebody having a bad day, see what you can do to make them have a good day. And that's pretty much it. Big shout out to Cloudcraft, located on Boulevardy Road. Go check them out. Shout out to Fast Eddie's Vape Shop and Lounge. And big shout out to Boardwalk Tattoos, located at 7218 Blanco Road.
I love you guys.
Love you
I
guys.
love you guys.
Good night.
You guys, all y'all watching, I love you all. Y'all have a good night. We're
Sweet,
out.
pleasant dreams.
Do it.
Still calling my